Game 7, the best words in all of sports. And tonight, not only are we going to have a decisive Game 7 to see who goes to the NBA Finals, but the Boston Celtics are trying to make history as the first ever team in NBA history to come back from a 3-0 deficit. We're going to bring on Nic Rohloff here in a second. But first, I want to know, where are you watching from? Shout out your city down in the comment section. Nick, it's good to be back with you. Did I miss anything last game? Did something crazy happen at the end?
I hope you enjoyed your concert, Will.
The concert was fun.
Thrilling Game 6. Unfortunately, did not go so well for my Miami Heat, but we're here at Game 7, ready to right the ship. And I did some reflecting for both everybody that was in the chat since Saturday night. I did some reflecting, and I'm actually glad there's a Game 7. Because
Why
there's
is that?
nothing I would want more than Jimmy Butler, Bam, to show up and get revenge on the Boston Celtics. I know they could have got revenge any of these last 3 games, but going into Boston and beating them on their home floor in Game 7 would be oh so sweet after they did it to you last year in the Eastern Conference Finals. It would have been nice to already had that rest for the Nuggets in the finals, but I'm okay ripping the hearts out of all these Celtics fans who are pumped to be in this series after trailing 3-0. They are the 4th team ever to make it a Game 7. It would make me the happiest man on earth to rip out the heart and souls of all these Celtics fans excited to be here in a Game 7.
Now, Rolly, you think that the Celtics are a little bit overconfident.
I do, and we'll get to more games in a second, but I feel like the Celtics think that their job is done. I don't know why. It's just the way I've been seeing them
Jayson Tatum
on
walked
social
in with
media.
the Kevin Garnett, anything is possible jacket today.
I just feel like, listen, winning 3 games straight in a series is one hell of an accomplishment. And I feel like the Celtics really think that they are going to win this game, and hubris might come into the effect here. I actually am confident. I know a lot of people are saying that they don't know how Miami's going to be able to respond after that much of a soul-crushing defeat.
And I'm in that crowd.
I actually think if there's any team to come off the mat and come out with more life in a Game 7, it's this Heat team. No one expected them to be here. They got a bunch of dogs. Dog mentality, Jimmy Butler, Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent. Now, as long as Bam Adebayo shows up with that dog mentality, I think the Heat are going to be in a good spot. But let us know, where are you watching from? We'll give some shout-outs in the comment section.
Look, you made some decent points there, but I'm gonna respond with this. This Celtics team, how can they not come in with a lot of confidence? They've won 3 straight games. They're playing at home in Game 7. They had this miracle win in Game 6 at the buzzer. Meanwhile, if you're Miami, you've lost 3 straight games. You've been playing very tight these last 3 games for the Heat, trying to finish this thing out. And I just don't know how it's possible for this team 48 hours later to respond as we're watching the replay of that final play. I just don't know how you come back from that. I really don't.
Well, and listen, I get that it is going to be tough for human nature not to roll over, but like I said, there is no organization that prides themselves more in having that dog mentality, never giving up, than the Miami Heat. You think Pat Riley and Erik Spoelstra are going to be feeling sorry for themselves that the Celtics got a lucky rebound with 0.1 seconds left? They're not going to be feeling sorry. So Pat Riley and Spoelstra are going to have this Heat team ready to go. And I see James O'Brien says, if Boston wins, it's Jimmy with a bunch of bums, but right now they're dogs. Listen, I'll say this right now. The side characters for the Miami Heat have done their job in this series. The only reason why this has gone to 7 games is because Jimmy Butler and Bam have not showed up in the last 3 games. If they play even average the last 3 games, this series is already packed up and over. Because the Celtics have no answer for Caleb Martin or Gabe Vincent. So let's not act like people have been saying Jimmy's playing with some bums.
They have had an answer for Jimmy and Bam.
Well, I just said they didn't have answers for Caleb Martin or Gabe Vincent.
That's what I'm saying, though. It was more important after the first 3 games to have answers for Jimmy and Bam than it was some of the role players. Yeah, the role players have been still very good for Miami. Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent, so on and so on. But after the first 3 games, I think Joe Mazzulla was like, look, We've got to shut down Jimmy and Bam. We cannot let them beat us, and they have been very bad the last 3 games, which is why we're in a Game 7 right now.
Well, I don't really think it's anything the Celtics have done. I think it's actually just this Heat players playing bad. If you've watched the last 3 games, Bam has missed a lot of easy shots. Sure, Al Horford's played some good defense, but I say Bam in each of the last 3 games has missed 4 to 5 shots that I would expect him to make 10 out of 10 times. And when you're talking about Jimmy Butler, 5 of 21 shooting in Game 6. Obviously, he almost got the job done for the Miami Heat, but he's not going to shoot 5 of 21. And there was a couple good plays by the Celtics defense, yeah, but it's also just Jimmy missing shots that we've seen him hit all postseason long. So to me, the Celtics haven't really done anything too crazy differently when it comes to their defensive philosophy. I think it was just Jimmy and Bam not playing up to their full potential.
Do you think tonight we could see Jimmy go back to being Himmy, taking this game over potentially?
The Heat are definitely going to need that, man.
They need it.
Without him dropping 30-plus in this game, I don't think the Heat can win, as they're showing the Heat little on their side before they come out and take the court. Look very relaxed, which is something you always want to see. Obviously, the most unrelaxed person is Udonis Haslem, which is always cracks me up, but I love UDOG for sure. Yeah, I think Jimmy's going to have to play his best game. Go to Game 6 last year against the Celtics when he dropped 46 points on the road in TD Garden to stave off elimination. Go back to what he did in Game 4 against the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round where he put the Heat up 3-1 in that series and he dropped 56. I think Jimmy, I'm not going to say he's going to need to drop 40 and 50, but I think Jimmy's going to need to score at least 30 in this game and an efficient 30. It can't be a 8 for 27 shooting game where you have 30 points. No, it has to be an efficient 30-point game, and I think he has to have 8 or 10 in the first quarter, setting the tone for this Miami Heat team. But what do you guys think? Who you got in Game 7? Type MIA for the Heat. Will they advance to the NBA Finals? Or type BOS if you're the Celtics. Will they complete the biggest, I wouldn't say upset because this is an 8-seed Miami Heat team we're talking about, but the biggest comeback in NBA history, down 3-0 in a series?
It's going to be an interesting game. I'm going to say something very similar to what I said before Game 5. Do you remember what I said before Game 5?
Do not.
The first quarter, we're going to find out what this game is going to look like. If this is a back-and-forth first quarter, we're going to have a good game. If the Celtics jump out to a big lead, you might as well change those flight plans because we've seen the Heat have already booked their flights to Denver after the game. Did you see that?
Yeah, and I think that's a good move. I really do. Like, listen, you might laugh at it all of a sudden, and the Heat might get memed and joked to death if they lose this game, but you book your tickets to Denver, you're telling your team that the front office and the owners have all the faith in the world in you to go win this game on the road. And I think it just gives you confidence as a team. And I really think that is something that I don't think the Heat need, but it's always good to know that other people have your back and they have confidence in you to go win this game. That's just me, though.
We'll give some shout-outs. Spurs fan is in the Celtics chat. Congrats on winning the Rig Lottery. Saying Celtics. James O'Brien saying Celtics. Desmond Petty. CD saying Boston. Dolores saying Boston. Nick's Galaxy in the Celtics stream.
Oh, Nick's Galaxy. No.
What's up? He's saying Celtics.
Flip over to the
we
Heat chat,
got
Nick's
Ben
Galaxy.
saying Miami. 70%. And go vote in our live poll, by the way. 70% in the Celtics live poll is saying that the Celtics win Game 7. Meanwhile, 69% in the Heat live stream are going with the Miami Heat. Nick, you feel a little bit better about this game than you did a few hours ago. Why is that?
I do, and Brian Gonzalez back in the chat. Him and Retro, the dynamic duo here, making me very happy that these two are back and with us today's stream. And I've got positive vibes only going into tonight. And I finally, because now that it's tied 3-3, I guess you could still say the Heat had this 3-0 lead. But to me, now that they don't have the lead in this series, it's an even ball game now. It's time to go back to that dog mentality. One game to win or go home. I feel good, and listen, I've always said this, and even though Jimmy has struggled over the past 3 games, There is no one in the sports world. I don't care if you go to MLB, NHL, MLB, I already said MLB, NBA, or the NFL. There is no one I would rather have backs against the wall, going to war. Jimmy Butler's my guy. I would never ride with anyone else.
I can appreciate you trying to put a positive spin on this. But for me, Celtics have won 3 straight. They're at home. It'd be different maybe if Game 6 wouldn't have ended like the way it did.
No, it doesn't matter if it was a blowout or not. Same mentality coming in today.
I just don't know how you mentally – I don't know.
That sounds – I don't want to call you out, Will.
Okay.
But that's someone that sounds like a mentally weak person that you can't respond to that. You got to have the mental fortitude to stay locked in, stay through the moment, and come out and shock the world with a win on the road. That's what the mentality you got to have.
I can appreciate the optimism, Nick. We will see what happens. I'm pretty confident in the Celtics win. Who do you got? Big Juice going with the Celtics. FaZe Venom saying Celtics. John Edward Kruger, man. How's it going, bro? No, he didn't say that, John Edward Kruger. He didn't say that.
I did not call Will. I did not call. I said I think that type of mentality, if you're the Heat, and I'll say this. If the Heat come out soft and not aggressive, because then they quote-unquote...
And like I said, we're going to find out a lot about this game in the first quarter. If the Heat come out, like you just said, not aggressive, not playing with energy, looking ahead to Cancun, then this game is over in the first quarter, in my opinion.
If the Heat come out feeling down on themselves because they got an unlucky break and lost a heartbreaker, then they don't deserve to be in this spot in the first place. Because if you're a competitor, and maybe that's just me because I am one of the biggest competitors. It's hard to say that you are one of the biggest competitors but it truly is. All my friends and family can back me up on this. I go a little psycho mode when it comes to competitiveness. So at least my mentality is
you are
it's not over till it's
person.
over. So I'm ready to stay locked in and get a W. That's what I am. I'm actually so fired up right now.
Patrick Seaman in the chat.
I'm fired up right now. I want to go suit up. Give me Kyle Lowry's minutes. I'll go out there and make a difference.
You would be better
I'll
than
go
Kyle
out there and
Lowry.
make a play.
I haven't shot a basketball in months. I might be better than Kyle Lowry. I mean, I don't know if I turn the ball over 10 times a game like he does. I would just say, give the ball to Jimmy Butler and let Jimmy Butler work. Kyle Lowry, let me ask you something. Erik Spoelstra is one of the best coaches in the NBA. Why does Kyle Lowry keep getting as many minutes as he's getting right now?
That is what it is.
I don't understand it.
He's the veteran point guard off the bench. Gabe Vincent, a little banged up. He can't play 48. So Kyle Lowry, you're going to have to get probably 10 to 12 to 14 minutes from him. And you just got to hope that he plays well and hits his shots because he's an undersized defender. He is scrappy. He'll get the one thing I'll always give Lowry credit for. He's a scrappy defender. He'll take a charge. He'll rip you drive. He'll rip a center who just got a rebound, or Jaylen Brown drives in. He'll strip the ball and make a play. But his offensive game is what has been lacking. He had 13 points in the second quarter of Game 1 in this series, and he was amazing against the Knicks. I'm just going to need him to give me 14. I'm not asking you for 48. I'm not asking you to pull up in the finals and be Steph Curry. I'm asking you for 14 good minutes in Game 7 on the road. That's all I need from Kyle Lowry. That's all I need.
I don't know if you're going to get it. Brian Gonzalez in the chat. Good to see you, man. Patrick Seatman saying, definitely not rooting for Joe Mazzulla. I don't know what Patrick Seatman's problem with Joe Mazzulla is. I really don't understand it. Ben, it's good to see you, man. Ben, it's good to see you. Missed you last game, my friend. It's good to see you. John Edward Kruger's here. Your local Ryan saying, sorry, Will and Nick, I won't be here this stream. I'm watching it live. He's at the game. Your local Ryan, enjoy the game tonight. It is going to be an electric atmosphere at TD Garden. Game 5 was insane. This will be, in the words of Jaylen Brown, the energy is about to shift. Here's our Super Chat menu. Any Super Chat will shout you out. $5 for a beer cheers, $10 for a tequila shot, $20. We'll do the beer shotgun. We got that out today.
I brought it out in Game 6. Now it's back for Game 7. We didn't do it in Game 7. No one sent in $20. We just got I think 4 or 5 5s and a couple 10s. But if you don't know, you put the beer inside right here. You close it, you cock it, pull the trigger, you do a full beer, just like you would do a normal shotgun. It's just in the form of a actual shotgun. So instead of a shotgun, it's a shotgun. A little clever, if you ask me.
They're very popular nowadays.
Yeah.
You see people like on the boat today, Memorial Day, doing them. That's what we're doing for $20, beer shotgun. We want to know if you're ready for Game 7. Like the video. We only have 15 likes right now on Celtics. I mean, we have 200 people watching. Like the video. Let's get to 50 likes before tip. I think that's something we can easily accomplish on Celtics. Meanwhile, over on Heat, we got 15 likes on Heat. Like the video if you're fired up for Game 7. They're showing some highlights. 1969 NBA Finals, Game 7, Lakers against Celtics. They've been showing a lot of 2004 Red Sox coverage. Nick, I know you're a baseball guy, but I'm sure you don't want to be seeing that right now.
It's all right. They can do whatever they want to do. The media wants to spread their propaganda. The NBA wants the Celtics to win this game for the storylines of overcoming a 3-0 deficit.
Also, I got to ask you about this. Your thoughts on Scott Foster officiating with Tony Brothers tonight?
The officiating is questionable. I thought it was questionable in Game 6. But I'm not here to talk about officiating. I'm talking about the players because even with officiating being questionable, the players still decide the outcome of these games. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not go full conspiracy theory here. I'm sure there will be questionable calls throughout the game for both sides. But the players decide the game. The referees do not. These are the odds for tonight's game. The Celtics are 7.5-point favorites. The Heat total over-under for the game is 204. The Heat were favorites in one game this entire series, and it was Game 4. But anyway, this should be a good game. I expect the Heat to cover. I don't expect this to be a blowout. I expect this to be a close game. And that's why I am so amped for tonight's game. And it's like, it really should be good, man. It really should be good. This should be a really good game.
Have you heard what's on the line here for my guy, Nicky Smokes?
Yes, I have. That's pretty
He's
cool.
a fellow Dolphins YouTuber. Barstool is going to give him a 1-year, $100,000 contract to work for them if the Heat win this game. So he's got a lot riding on this. We want to start with your keys here, Rolly?
Yeah, we'll go me.
All right, let's talk about Rolly's keys to victory here for the Heat.
Yeah, so it's going to be Heat centric, obviously. And my first key to victory is also two of them. And Bam and Jimmy got a show. But more importantly, Bam Adebayo has to come to play today because Bam was unworldly in the first 3 games in this series, and the last 3 games, he's been bad. And there's no coincidence that the reason why the Celtics have won 3 straight games is because Bam Adebayo has played some bad basketball. I need you to hit your 8 to 10 footers in the paint because they're giving them to you, and when you have Marcus Smart or Jaylen Brown guarding you, take advantage of it and get a bucket. Bam was decent in the second half of Game 5, but other than that, the second half of Game 4, he was horrible. In Game 6, he was really, really bad. Bam's got a show. Jimmy Butler's got a show. Jimmy, you said last year after you lost Game 7 at home that we will be back in this same spot next year and we will get it done. Well, guess what, Jimmy? You are in the exact same spot. You called it out. Are you going to get it done? You better set the tone in this game because if you don't score 8 to 10 points and take charge for this Heat team in the first quarter, it's going to get ugly. So Jimmy and Bam, the 2 stars, the 2 max players for this Miami Heat team, you better show up and lead this team to the NBA Finals. Or not, because it's going to be an embarrassing story if you don't. Stay out of foul trouble. Will mentioned the officiating tonight, Tony Brothers and Scott Foster. You just got to expect a tight whistle. So try to not reach in when not necessary. Go straight up. Don't put yourself in jeopardy to put the Celtics in the bonus, who outshot you in the free throw line of Game 6. Don't put yourself in jeopardy of being in foul trouble because we don't really want to see Cody Zeller in this game if you're the Miami Heat. So Bam's got to make sure, him especially, not to pick up any fouls early in this game. Stay hot, Caleb and Gabe. The story for this Heat team this entire playoff run is the elevating play of Caleb Martin, who's averaging 16.5 points in this series alone, and Gabe Vincent, who's been averaging 17 points in this series as well. Those two got to keep it going. And I thought Charles Barkley made a great point in the pregame show that I saw, that Jimmy Butler is not a 35-point per game scorer. He's done it sometimes in this playoffs, but he's not that type of scorer. He's a closer. Jimmy is one of the best closers in the NBA. Can Bam, Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent, and an occasional Jimmy Butler get this game close in the fourth quarter and let Jimmy do his thing and bring it home for the Heat? Caleb Martin and Gabe Vincent got to stay hot. You got to protect the ball as well. In games 4 and 5, you turn the ball over 16 times and then 16 times again. And now in game 6, you did a good job of protecting the ball. And guess what? You almost had a chance to win that game. So when you keep the ball in your possession and do not give it to the Celtics for them to get out in transition and get easy points, you're in a good spot. So Miami Heat, Gabe Vincent, Kyle Lowry, and Bam Adebayo, do not turn the ball over and you will have a chance. And you got to finish possessions. Kind of the story of Game 6 to me is, even though the Heat had more offensive rebounds than the Boston Celtics, the Celtics had more key offensive rebounds. Like, they got them in bigger spots. Obviously, the Derrick White game-winning putback. Layup in the final seconds of that game is huge. But Jaylen Brown had 2 or 3 offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter that were key for them to keep on scoring. So I think the Heat got to finish possessions. They got to crash the glass. And if they go to the 2-3 zone, which I don't really like that much, but if the Heat go to that zone, they got to be able to crash the glass as well and do not let the Celtics get any more second chance points, because as long as the Celtics don't get second chance points, I actually do think the Heat will have a good chance to win this game. Those are my 5 Heat key to victories. Let's hopefully, at least in my sake, they take care of those keys and get the job done with a win. Will, for the Celtics.
I think the Celtics got to start fast tonight. And I said earlier, Rolling, and I said the same thing before Game 5, which ended up being true about how that game went. We're going to find out a lot about what Heat team shows up in the first quarter. So you know what? Counter whatever type of energy they have with more of it. Be more aggressive. Be more physical. Start fast. Number 2, let Jayson Tatum cook. He dropped 25 points in the first half of Game 6. That put the Celtics in a decent position to get the victory in the second half. Now, he was more quiet in the second half. The Celtics were in a position where they almost lost the game. Let Jayson Tatum cook 1 through 4 quarters tonight. Number 3 is get the hero of Game 6, Derrick White, involved. Malcolm Brogdon, he's still dealing with that forearm. He's expected to play tonight, but I don't really know how I feel about him jacking up a lot of shots. Derrick White is the guy that I want shooting the ball more often than not. When you're talking about the Celtics three-point shooters, he made 6 3-pointers out of his 8 attempts in Game 6. Number 4 is contain Jimmy Butler. I feel like Jimmy Butler is due, which would scare me a little bit if I'm the Celtics, right? You got to contain him. Don't let him beat you, because we've seen in these playoffs, when Jimmy Butler takes over a game, you're in trouble. Number 5, foot on the gas. The Celtics had plenty of opportunities in Game 6 to put this team away. They did not. They were up 10 with 3 minutes left and almost lost, right? Down 1 with 0.2 seconds left. You won the game on the White putback. So I absolutely think you should keep your foot on the gas tonight. Try to pull away in this game and punch your ticket to the NBA Finals.
Those are our keys to victory. 10 keys laid out for you. 5 for the Celtics, 5 for the Heat. After listening and seeing those keys, who you got? We're about 8 minutes away from tip. Let us know. MIA for the Heat, BOS for the Celtics. We'll also do some shout-outs in the comment section.
We're about 6 minutes from tip-off. Let us know, who do you got tonight? Brian and Chewy Go Hiking is rocking with the C's. Crim's dad is in the chat. What's up, man? He's saying Heat. Gamer friend saying Boston. Epic Nord saying 5. I think 5 minutes from tip is what you mean. Christian is saying Boston. Sarah Witt saying Boston. Sarah Mullen fired up. Samuel saying Miami. Ben saying Miami. Brian Gonzalez, why not, man? We're going to miss you. Dakota Snow saying Boston. Epic Nord saying Boston. What are your Heat people saying over there?
Yeah, we got Samuel Clemens from Fort Myers, Florida, riding with MIA. Brian says, my anxiety, so he'll be heading out. It's unfortunate, Brian, but we'll hold down the fort over here for you. Don't you worry. Pokey Green Ninja, I think I said that right, says MIA. Drew says, wouldn't be so bad if the Celtics... Drew's complaining about the Celtics. Love to see it. Catherine Vincent says Boston. Dakota says Boston. Nathan says Boston. Matthew Arnold says H. Drew. Sarah says Miami. I hope so. I hope so, too. I hope so. Oh, we're about 6 minutes away from tip. If you haven't already, make sure you like the video. If you're pumped for Game 7, smash that like button. We got 16 likes on the Heat report, 58 people watching. Can we get to 25 likes before tip? I'll feel good about the Heat's chances if we do so. And on Celtics Today, 42 likes for 400 people tuned in already. Those are straight up rookie numbers. Can we get to 100 before tip? I know
100 likes, come on.
I think it's possible.
We already got 400 people watching on Celtics, over 400. Nathan is fired up. Nathan, like the video, my friend. Rob Naylor saying Season 7. A lot of Celtics fans have been saying Season 7 since they were down 3-0. Here they are tonight. A chance to complete something that's never been done before. 150-0, Nick. Teams that are up 3-0. In fact, out of those 150 times, Nick, this is only the 4th time that we've seen a Game 7 in this situation.
First time since 2003 when the Portland Trail Blazers came back on the Dallas Mavericks to force a Game 7. Now, those Mavericks did win Game 7. Obviously, they're at home. And I think that's the one common denominator here that is something the Heat will have to overcome, is that they are going on the road in this Game 7, and the 3 teams prior that let the other team come back and force a Game 7, they were at home because you don't usually see the road team taking the first 3 games. That is one thing the Heat will have to overcome. Hey, but they've already taken 2 in Boston. Why not take a 3rd, right? Why not take a 3rd?
Epic Nord saying go C's. James Raymond saying go C's. We have over 500 people already watching on Celtics. If you are tuned in, make sure you subscribe to whatever channel you are watching on right now. Hit that subscribe button. Trying to get to 17,000 subscribers on our Celtics channel here tonight. We're very close to 17,000. Let me see here. We need 99 more. 99 more. B Games, I appreciate you, man. Good to be back. Nathan, thanks so much for tuning in. 99 subscribers away.
No, Nathan, you're a GOAT. You're the GOAT, Nathan. You're the GOAT.
Samuel saying it's going to come down to defense. You might be right. Now, Rolly, you've had mixed feelings about Miami's 2-3 zone.
Yeah.
Do you expect them to go 2-3 zone a lot tonight?
I do.
I hate the 2-3 zone.
I say they're going to go 30% zone, 70% man. They'll just have to see how the game starts. They're obviously going to come out in a man-to-man start, but I wouldn't be surprised if they change the Heat. I think it all depends on how Boston's shooting from 3. Because the reason why the Heat went to the zone late in that game, when they were trailing by 8-9, trying to come back, which they did, just unfortunately didn't complete the victory, is that they were living with the Boston Celtics taking deep threes. Now, it could have put the Heat away, but if you also thinking about it, if you're giving the Celtics wide open threes, or I guess slightly contested threes, it's more likely that they'll miss. Just the odds say that teams shoot worse from three-point arc than they do from inside. So that was the Heat's mentality, especially with Boston struggling from deep. Now, if Boston comes out and hits like 5 or 6 threes in the first quarter and early second quarter as well, I don't think the Heat can go to a zone or they'll be run out of the gym. So this all depends on the flow of the game. The Heat will obviously start in a man-to-man defense, like I've already said, but I do expect them to go to zone probably 30% in this game because they've cut Kevin Love out of the rotation, which they needed to do because he couldn't play in the series. And they've slowed down Cody Zeller minutes, and when those two are in the game is when the Heat really like to run their zone. But we do have 2 minutes left before tip, and I want to get the comment section rolling. So if you're ready for Game 7, spam me in the comment section. Let's get that chat rate moving. Let's see who's excited for the big game.
Type me if you're fired up for Game 7 Eastern Conference Finals. Celtics trying to make history as the first team to ever come back from a 3-0 deficit. When it was 3-0, I think we both thought this was over, Nick. The fact that the Celtics are in this position, I don't think anybody expected. We appreciate everyone coming along for the ride. Axio0MICU, Jeff Stamps, it's good to see you again, man. Greg with the shamrock emoji. Music Matt's fired up. If you're ready for Game 7, type me down in the comment section. It's almost tip-off time in Boston. Shout out TNT starting this game on time.
Samuel, what you said, if you're not fired up right now, whether it be watching at your home, watching at the bar, or watching in the arena, you do not have a pulse. I'm ready to run through a brick wall, Kool-Aid Man style, for this game right now.
Is Jimmy Butler's legacy on the line tonight?
No.
No?
No. He's not even a player that could
Legacies are on the line. Seasons are on the line. You got Scott Foster officiating this. This is about to go down.
As much as I love Jimmy Butler, and I would do anything to help out Jimmy, he's not the type of player that can have a legacy-defining game this late in his career. I mean, we know what Jimmy is, so this game doesn't change anything.
He needs a ring to cement that legacy, though, does he not?
I don't think so. I mean, Jimmy's not going to go down as one of the greats, so it doesn't really matter. Now, Tatum, on the other hand, as a young ascending player,
Tatum's got a lot of time.
Well, no, but I think it actually works more Tatum's legacy more than anything, because you come back from a 3-0 deficit, you're at home. This could be a big-time resume builder as he grows through his career. Jimmy, this old in his career, I don't think there's really anything that would hurt his legacy or add to it if he wins this game.
Blowing a 3-0 lead, not ideal.
It's not like he's a player that's going to be debated, though, and people are going to be like,
that's fair.
Jimmy's not a top 50 player because he blew a 3-0 lead. Like, no one really has those conversations. Tatum, though, on the other hand, those conversations could be had.
Bam and Horford meet at half court. Game 7, Scott Foster coming to the Celtics logo to put this thing in the air. And here we go. We're underway. Celtics win the tip with Jaylen Brown. Brown to Horford, back to Brown. Derrick White got the start. The hero from Game 6. He has it left wing. Down to Smart. Smart out to Brown. Brown thought about a long two. Instead passes to White. White with 5 on the shot clock. Pass down low, Horford. Back out Tatum. Tatum needs to get it off. I think it might be a shot clock violation. Instead, they call a blocking foul, I believe, against Miami, as Tatum is holding his ankle. Very close to a shot clock violation. I believe they called a blocking foul on Miami as Tatum looks like he got tripped up. He's holding his ankle. So his left ankle landed on Vincent's right shoe. Tatum got up. I think Tatum is going to be fine.
Just a little bit of a rolled ankle, but nothing too serious.
Now, he needs to shoot these free throws. Otherwise, he has to permanently exit the game. So he will shoot these free throws, and after the free throws, they will take him out if they need to.
They won't be taking him out.
I agree. I think he's going to be fine. I was just talking about the rule itself. Tatum is at the line. First free throw is good. Oh, Krimstad with a $20 super chat. You know what that means. Rolly's doing a shot fun here in a second.
Yeah, we'll do it in our first timeout, Krimstad. So once we hit our first TV
I'll
timeout,
take a
that'll
shot
be
for
happening.
you, Krimstad. Tatum misses the second.
Bam with the rebound. They get to Caleb Martin, and he will bring the ball up. He's going to get a screen from Max Strus. Strus runs to the corner, no screen necessary. Kick to Gabe Vincent on the wing. Screen from Bam. Gabe Vincent pull up mid-range jumper short. Rebound Jayson Tatum.
Tatum pass to Brown, who will take it up. Brown nearly thought about a three. Tatum drive, shot is no good. Rebound, Jimmy.
Good defense from the Heat to pack it in on Tatum, not letting him get an easy look early. Jimmy now has it. He's guarded by Horford. Jimmy will dribble right, dribble inside, kicks it out to Caleb Martin.
Now, why would Jimmy just not take the layup there?
He didn't have any room for that shot, or he had a bad angle at the rim. Vincent now will take a step back deep two, and short again. Gabe Vincent taking your first two shots is interesting.
Not ideal for the Heat. Is Brown lost it? It's going to be a jump ball, I think.
No, they're calling it Miami ball.
Okay.
So a foul must have been called somewhere on Boston.
Jayson Tatum clearly in some pain. Nathan with a $20 super chat. Shout out Nathan and Grimstad. We'll put those on screen here in a second. And I'm taking two shots.
Bam gets it to Jimmy on the left side. Still don't have a clear explanation on what happened on the other end. Jimmy inside, pull-up mid-range jumper, no good. Heat start 0 for 3 from the field. Horford with the rebound.
Horford, Tatum, Smart, thought about a three. Instead takes a dribble to Horford left wing. Horford back to Smart. Smart dribbles right to Brown, top of the key. Brown recollects. Brown, free throw line. Contested jumper falls. If Jaylen Brown gets going, Boston's going to be in good shape.
Jaylen Brown has played very well the past 3 games. He's really turned it around after having a horrific 3-game start. Him and Bam Adebayo are basically the inverse of each other in this series, ironically enough. Vincent the other way now. Vincent gets it stripped. It's going to be off his hand.
Man, Gabe Vincent has had a bad start to this game, missed the first 2 shots, and then turns the ball over. Jayson Tatum with it, top of the key dribble. Heat still haven't scored. Jaylen Brown, open three. No, the place would have erupted, but Tatum the offensive board. Tatum drives, pass Horford, easy layup. 5-0 Boston. What'd I say, Nick? First quarter.
It's 2 minutes, not big of deals. Bam the other way with an aggressive take on Horford. I mean, it's the first 5 points of the game. Let's not overreact.
I'm not overreacting, but the worst nightmare for Miami is a similar start here to what we saw in Game 5 when the Celtics took a 15-point first quarter lead. Jaylen Brown, another jumper. This is good as well. Jaylen Brown gives the C's a 5-point lead.
Bam the other way now. Bam had a good move on Horford to score there. We're going to need more aggressive Bam Adebayo if the Heat want to win. Jimmy hands it off to Strus. Strus pump fakes, gets it to Jimmy. Jimmy drives inside, pump fakes again. Back out to Strus for 3. Long, rebound Caleb Martin. Up, no good. Rebound again by Caleb Martin. Up and in. Caleb Martin active on the glass.
What's up with Strus lately? I mean, he was automatic the first couple of games.
He actually been shooting really bad this series. He was good against the Knicks, but he hasn't really.
I thought he had a pretty good first 2 games. Marcus Smart. Bounce pass Brown. Brown layup is good. Jaylen Brown, what a start.
Bam will push the other way now. Guarded by Horford. Bam between the legs. Mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound fought for and got by the Celtics.
Marcus Smart going the other way with it. Smart. Pass is stolen by Caleb Martin.
Caleb Martin the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Martin inside. No foul call.
Wow.
Interesting. I could guarantee you if that was Tatum, that's a foul call. I could guarantee it. That shit just pisses me off.
7.5 to go. First quarter. It's a 9-4 Boston lead. Derrick White, right wing dribble. White for 3. No.
Rebound Caleb Martin. Sluggish start for both teams. Jaylen Brown's cooking for the Celtics, but other than that, really hasn't been anything. Bam inside now. A lot of contact. Fouled, but on the floor, so it will be side out. Heat bench clamoring that Bam was already in the shooting motion, but they will not get that call.
Joe Mazzulla being shown right now, one of 3 head coaches all time to win 5 straight elimination games. Erik Spoelstra on the other side.
Vincent inbounds it to Bam. Bam hands it off to Strus. Strus for 3. No good. Rebound fought for, gained by Boston.
1,200 people watching on Celtics. Be sure to subscribe. Jaylen Brown layup. No. A little bit of contact.
Heat the other way. Caleb Martin corner 3. No good. Heat cannot get a bucket early. And timeout Boston. Interesting call by Mazzulla there to use a timeout.
Heat really struggling offensively. Meanwhile, Jaylen Brown, what a start. He's got, I believe, 6. I'll double check that. But Jaylen Brown in his bag. Crimstad in his bag. $20. Heat for the win. Butler 40+. Tatum only 25. Rolly, take that victory shot now. Who don't want to jinx it? Let's go, Miami. Let's effing go. Celtics fans, time to cry. I don't know, Crimstad. It's been a rough start here for the Heat offensively. Nathan, $20 saying, nah, we got this, Celtics. Nathan, first time super chatter. We appreciate you so much, man. I'm taking 2 shots for y'all.
I'll go grab a beer for me to shotgun real quick, and I'll do that when I get back. But hang tight. Will got you. Cheers. For a couple seconds.
To Crimstad and Nathan, man, we appreciate y'all. Interesting start to this game. Look, I know it's early, but the fact that the Heat are not hitting shots, man. I mean, Strus has had some open looks. Vincent's had some open looks. I don't know. I said this before the first quarter of Game 5, that we were going to learn a lot about what Heat team showed up, and it has not been the Heat team that Heat fans are wanting right now. Still very early, but if the Celtics get up 15 again in the first half, this one might be over. Jaylen Brown's got 6, by the way. 6 of the Celtics, 9 points. NBA Too Tricky saying, just wait till Jimmy gets going. We'll see, man. By the way, we are officially 50 subscribers away on Celtics from 17,000 subscribers. Let's get there by the end of this half. Maybe by the end of this quarter. If you're not subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We have 1,400 people watching on Celtics right now. We have 126 watching on Heat. Be sure to subscribe to the Miami Heat channel as well. Alpha, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for hitting that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already for more Boston Celtics news and rumors.
So I'm going to take this shotgun now. Will, I think I need you to do some play-by-play.
I got you.
And give some shout-outs in the chat while I do this. 1,400 people watching on Celtics today. 130 on the Heat report. I have to do 2 of these. Yeah, man, it might be a long night for me, but I might be getting drunk any of the way.
Either way, you got to get drunk.
This is ice cold, by the way, so this could be dangerous.
Uh-oh. That's very dangerous.
Devastating for the program.
Here we go. Nic Rohloff, the ice-cold shot fun. This is risky. It looks like he's handling it well. He's got it down. What a performance from Nic Rohloff. Game 7 type of stuff. Clap it up for Nic Rohloff. Clap it up. Clap it up. That was impressive.
That was so cold.
How do you feel? Ice cold. So ice cold like the Heat are right now.
I went all out for the program. I mean, that was as cold as it was this. I think I might have done that as quick as I possibly could because it was so cold. I had to just not have that anymore.
That was fantastic.
Holy shit. All right, time to play some ball.
Celtics have the basketball coming out of the timeout. They're up 9-4. Same starting 5 on the floor. Got Derrick White with the basketball. He got bumped, no call. White down low to Horford, out to Smart. Smart for 3. No. Strus, the tip, rebound to Martin.
And the Heat entered their 2-3 zone there, so they go to it a little bit earlier than expected. Heat the other way. Vincent has it. Pull up mid-range jumper. Good. The Heat needed someone to settle down the nerves a little bit, and maybe Gabe Vincent's that guy.
Gabe Vincent missed the first 2 shots. He makes that one. It's 9-6.
Now the Heat go back to man-to-man.
Smart with the basketball, top of the key dribble. Smart going down to Horford. Horford double team. Pass is nearly stolen. Tatum gets it back to Smart. Smart has to drive. Smart out White for 3. It's off the mark. Rebound Horford. Horford back out Tatum. Tatum. Pass to White. White this time. No good again. There's a foul underneath, though, against Strus.
Oh, shocker. Tatum flops. Foster will award him. That's the type of stuff that Heat fans were worried about prior to the game with this officiating crew.
Foul on the floor. It'll stay with Boston with 5:46 left, first quarter.
Fouls on Strus. And Malcolm Brogdon checks into the game. First sub, and it will be for Marcus Smart, who sits down.
Malcolm Brogdon missed game 6 with forearm soreness. Jaylen Brown, jumper no good. He had a great start to this game, but missed that one.
I mean, both teams struggling. We're on pace for an 18-12 first quarter. Jimmy Butler
I would
the other
like
way.
that, though. Low-scoring defensive battle.
Jimmy Butler gets it to Bam on a good pick and roll. Bam fumbles it out of bounds. This is the problem with Bam. For some reason, he has the weakest grip on the basketball for a 7-footer I've ever seen. I don't even know how he lost the ball. It's ridiculous.
Bam has really struggled the last couple of games. Derrick White to Brown. Brogdon pump fake. Brogdon back Brown. Brown lost it. Jimmy has it.
Jimmy the other way. It's 1-on-3. Jimmy goes up. A lot of contact. Doesn't matter. Bucket. No foul call.
I like it. They're letting him play. Let him play, Scott Foster. 9-8. Brogdon to Tatum. Tatum drives. Tatum out to Horford. Horford for 3. Way off the mark. I can't stand him shooting the ball.
Both teams have played good defense. Martin in transition. Blocked by Jaylen Brown.
Oof. I thought that might have been some contact, but like I said, let him play. Derrick White, left wing dribble. White to Horford. Horford pump fake. Horford out to Brown. Wide open for 3. No. Tatum the offensive rebound. Back to White. White takes it inside. White the runner is good. Derrick White.
One of my keys to victory for the Heat is the finished possessions, and I think I've already counted 4 to 5 offensive rebounds for the Celtics. That just can't happen. It just can't happen. Getting outworked right now. Outworked.
Brogdon looked like he shoved Strus. It's going to be a foul against Malcolm, who just checked in a moment ago. 1,700 people watching on Celtics. Be sure to subscribe. 8 subscribers away from 17K. Let's get there before this timeout ends, or before this inbound pass. 17,000. We're almost there.
Jimmy has it. Screen by Bam. Jimmy drives baseline. Out to Caleb Martin for 3. Good. Caleb Martin keeps his hot streak going.
We're tied at 11. Miami's starting to pick up the pace offensively. How does Boston respond? Brogdon catch and shoot left wing 3. Airballed it. My God.
Ball is battled for. Kicked out of bounds by Grant Williams. Brogdon, as you know, has had that forearm issue. Missed game 6. Back in the lineup for game 5. We saw him miss a lot of easy looks in games 3, 4. I think that forearm injury is telling when he airballs his first shot once again. Tatum does take a seat on the bench, too.
Just surpassed 17,000 subscribers on Celtics. Thank you all.
Jimmy Butler the other way. Gets a screen from Bam. Now guarded by Robert Williams. What does Jimmy do? Kicks it to Strus. Strus for 3. Good! And the Miami Heat have their first lead of the ball game. The Heat's offense, like Will just mentioned, starting to get going.
Well, they need players like Strus and Vincent to really step up again. Brown threw it away. He's trying to find Grant.
This Miami Heat defense is suffocating right now. You know what always travels, and it's cliche, but defense always travels. Your offense might be struggling at times, but you know what will never go away? Defensive effort and hustle. And that's what the Heat are doing right now to keep themselves in this game. Butler pump fakes it, gets to Caleb Martin in the corner, back to Jimmy. Jimmy's drive by Robert Williams. Mid-range pull-up, good, and the Heat have themselves a 5-point lead here in the first quarter.
And we just haven't seen that Jimmy being aggressive, taking it in, trying to find a mid-range jump shot the last couple of games as Brogdon has it. Top of the key dribble. Brogdon has not been good. In his defense, he's dealing with some forearm soreness. Bounce pass Brown. Brown working on Strus, tight defense. Brown to the rack, and I believe there's a tripping foul against Miami. Kyle Lowry does not like the call. He's talking to Tony and Scott Foster right now.
That's a big-time move from Jimmy to drive in and pull up little Mitty on Robert Williams, because Jimmy's been struggling a little bit with that Robert Williams matchup when he gets switched on to him. But for him to attack him early and get a bucket is big for this Miami Heat offense.
Got a timeout right now. How about you put a sub read for both channels up, Rolly? Let's see how many new subs we can get in the next minute. How many subs can we get in the next minute?
We're at 842 subscribers on the Heat Report. Can we get to 900 tonight? I think we can. We already got 140 people tuned in. I'm willing to bet there's at least 20 to 30 of you guys that aren't subscribed. Hit that sub button. Let's get to 900. We're going to be here all off season long for Heat news, Heat rumors during the NBA draft, NBA free agency. Hopefully that off-season content is pushed away for another 2.5, 3 weeks if the Heat get this win, because we'll be live for every game of the NBA Finals as well. So make sure you hit that sub button. Let's get the 900
How many
tonight.
subscribers can we get in the next minute on both channels? Whatever channel you're watching on right now, be sure to subscribe. We're at 17,002 subscribers right now, Nick. Just surpassed 17,000. Hit that subscribe button right now. How many subscribers can we get before the end of this break? Hit that subscribe button.
Ben, to answer your question, yes, that is what we will be doing this offseason for the Miami Heat. Like I said, hopefully that off-season content gets pushed back 2 to 3 weeks, because I want to keep on talking about this playoff run.
Hey, did you see Nick's comment earlier saying, hey, we saw Rolly on Dolphins today talking about Isaiah Wynn?
Did, yeah. Broke down how much of a bum he is.
Oh, come on.
Sorry, I know Dolphins fans want Isaiah Wynn, but Isaiah Wynn stinks. Or, I mean, they're excited for Isaiah Wynn, I should say, not want him.
He's got to get healthy. We'll see.
He stinks.
Right now, it's a 5-point Heat lead. They were actually down, Rolly, 9-4, so they're on a 12-2 run right now. 12-2 run for Miami.
Alpha says, does Nick like Miami? That's true. We got 1-1 here. I'm a Heat fan. Will's a Celtics fan, or I should say Celtics supporter. And we're live on the Heat Report and Celtics Today, so we got best of both worlds for both channels.
It's a great song by Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana, Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana, Hannah Montana. John Borelli is in the chat. We have seen some legends enter this chat right now. Grimstad and John Borelli both here.
Jose says, if we win tonight, forget taking shots out of a shotgun. We need a bazooka bong chug from Nick. You know, you Heat Report fans and viewers might not know what a boot is, but I know some others do. I'll promise you this. If the Heat win tonight and advance to the NBA Finals, in celebration, I will be doing a beer boot on the channel. Yep. 3 beers in one boot if the Heat win tonight and advance to the Finals.
All right. Well, too bad that's not going to happen.
And they did actually change Caleb Martin's 3 to a 2, so it's a 4-point lead for the Heat. No one does it better than stepping on the line than Caleb Martin. He's truly generational.
Jaylen Brown makes the first free throw. Brown has been fantastic tonight. That's his 7th point. We need some other people to step up. Jayson Tatum is on the bench. He rolled his ankle earlier. I think he's fine. Jaylen Brown's second free throw is good. It is a 2-point game. 2:34 left, first quarter.
Tatum's set the check back in. He actually seems like he is in some real pain, grimacing every time. So Tatum's going to have to battle his ankle injury in Game 7. Jimmy now has it, guarded by Robert Williams. Jimmy inside, pump fake, up, blocked. Jimmy's got to go up strong.
Denied. Robert Williams. Celtics on the run. Marcus Smart slows it down. That's a terrible shot for 3. What a terrible shot.
Jimmy's got to go up strong with that. Stop pump faking because they're not biting. Go up with it. Jimmy the other way. Gets it to Kyle Lowry. Lowry gets a screen from Strus. Lowry deep 3.
Oh my God.
No good. Horrible
if you're
shot.
the Celtics, you want Lowry taking that all night. Malcolm Brogdon. He drives. Layup is no good. Malcolm Brogdon forgot how to play basketball.
Good defense from Bam. Lowry the other way to Caleb Martin for 3. That one was behind the arc, and it's good again. Caleb Martin might damn well be the best player on this Heat team. He's already got 7 points.
I think they called it a 2. No, they called it a 3, excuse me. Malcolm Brogdon to Brown. Brown, right wing dribble. Brown has it top of the key. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Brown drives, double teamed. No good. Rebound. Williams, put back. No good. It goes to Marcus Smart now in the corner. Smart drives. The alley to Robert Williams. Second chance opportunities have been huge for the Celtics.
My key to victory was the Heat have to finish defensive possessions. They've given the Celtics about 6 or 7 chances off offensive rebounds. Just can't happen. Jimmy Butler the other way. Good hesitation move. Drive in. Layup. Good. Jimmy Butler with a great move to put the Heat back up 5 with 45 seconds to go.
Marcus Smart left wing dribble. Smart to Robert Williams. Cross-court pass, Brown. Brown in the corner, guarded by Strus. Brown, shot is up, and it is no good. Rebound, Bam.
Good rebound from Bam. Kyle Lowry will push. Might go 2 for 1. He does to a cutting Strus. Layup, good. Heat now lead by 7. 3-second shot clock differential.
And if you're the Heat, that's what you need Kyle Lowry doing. Distributing the basketball, not shooting the basketball. As Jaylen Brown has it. Right wing, there's a 4-second differential shot in game clock. Marcus Smart now top of the key, hands off Brown. Brown might have to settle for a bad shot. Brown, though, goes in for the layup, no good. Rebound, Jimmy, 2 seconds. No good on the half-court shot. Miami's up 7 after 1.
That's a great first quarter, folks. 2,100 people watching on Celtics today, 150 watching on the Heat Reporter, and it was a great first quarter, back and forth. Storyline of the game, though, is Jayson Tatum on the first possession of the game rolled his ankle. He's been grimacing in pain, only played about 7 or 8 minutes in that first quarter. It's something to keep your eye on going forward in this massive Game 7. But many people, like Will Scott, was wondering how the Heat would rebound after the deflating Game 6 loss.
Huge.
Well, the Heat have shown up, played excellent defense, slow offense, but the defense has made up for it. 22-15 lead. You hold a team to 15 points in a quarter, and I don't care how bad your offense is, you're doing something right. Good play by the Heat. We did get a first-time super chat.
Hey, Akeem Dixon, $2. There's no way the Celtics are winning. Sorry, bud. We'll see, Akeem. We got a long way to go. Not the first quarter you wanted for Boston. I'm concerned about Jayson Tatum.
Yeah, that is a big-time storyline.
I'm trying to find out more
game
on Twitter about this. But Jayson Tatum, look, you know, we didn't think he was going to come out of the game immediately. He did eventually, but we could tell, though, Nick, that he was in a lot of pain.
Yeah, he was in a lot of pain, that is for sure. And it'll be interesting to see how he plays. Is he still aggressive going towards the rim on a bum ankle? Because I know I will when you played back in the day and when I played, if I had a bum ankle, I would be scared to go inside in the paint because when you jump to go for a layup, it's in a lot of crowded areas sometimes, and you're always thinking in the back of your head, I don't want to land on someone's ankle, roll it again, and then further injure it. So it is curious to see where Jayson Tatum's explosiveness is, where his leaping ability is, and where his mental game is at. Because if he's scared of re-injuring it, driving inside, maybe he settles for more jump shots. And if he's settling for jump shots, it'll make him very easy to defend. But we're 1 quarter down, and if you're enjoying the game, you could feel the pressure and the tension in the TD Garden. Like that video. We got 40 likes on the Heat Report, 140 people watching. Let's get that up to 50 before we come back. 2,100 people watching on Celtics Today. Can we get to 200? And then I want to see 300 likes on Celtics Today. Hit that like button on both channels.
Like the video. Ariel wants a shout out. There you go. We appreciate you watching. Audrey wants a shout out as well. J-Boy Vibes, $2 super chat. We'll get to that in a second. Be sure to subscribe to both channels as well. Over 2,200 people watching on our Celtics channel. That is wild. The Heat channel, that channel just started trying to get to, 900 subscribers is the goal tonight? Let's make it happen. J-Boy Vibes, $2. Cheers to you, my friend. I'll do a little beer cheers here every super chat we get.
Drew, you could turn the game on, but just have us there with you. Have the game on one screen, us on another. Just mute them and just listen to us, because we're better.
Cheers. All right. Heat up 7, start of the second quarter. It'll be interesting to see how the Celtics respond. The Heat have certainly been giving them some problems defensively.
Really good defense by Miami, and you had to expect Erik Spoelstra to throw the kitchen sink at this Celtics team and see how they respond. Because Joe Mazzulla, not the most experienced head coach. Everyone knows that. We'll see how they respond. Haywood Highsmith checks into the game.
He was phenomenal. And was it Game 5?
Game 5. Bam has it now. Duncan Robinson on the court. He gets it. Dribbles left. Now right. Duncan Robinson for 3. No good. Rebounded by Al Horford. Interesting lineup for the Heat.
I thought that this might be the Duncan Robinson revenge game, and that's not a good start to it. As Grant Williams has it to Tatum. Tatum back in. That's good to see. Brogdon for 3. No, Brogdon's been terrible.
Rebound, Kyle Lowry. Great box out from Gabe Vincent. That's what we love to see. Up to Bam. Back to Lowry. Both teams cannot buy a 3. 2 for 8 from the Heat, 0 for 11 for Boston. Lowry step back mid-range, no good. Rebound fought for by Haywood Highsmith and Malcolm Brogdon. It will be off Brogdon, and the Heat will retain possession. Highsmith already playing some gritty basketball early, which is what he is known for.
Why does Kyle Lowry keep shooting?
I mean, there's not really a lot of offensive creators on this floor. I think he's going to have to main one with Bam, to be honest with you, and that's sad. Duncan Robinson has it, screen from Bam. Duncan will line up another triple. That one goes, and the Heat lead by 10. Good start for Duncan, 1 for 2 from 3.
Well, this is what worries me, is it could be the Duncan Robinson revenge game. He had a couple opportunities to win the game for Miami, couldn't get it done in Game 6. Malcolm Brogdon bounced past Jayson Tatum, nearly threw it away. Get Brogdon out of the game. Jayson Tatum lost the ball. Jimmy Butler, that's Hightower going the other way with it.
Haywood Highsmith. What a play by Haywood Highsmith, and I'm fired up. He just strapped up Tatum one-on-one. He said, cookies, give me that. In transition, he finishes with a lay. The Heat up 27-15, and this is the exact Miami Heat dog mentality I was talking about in the pregame. Blow a 3-0 lead. Guess what? 1 game to win. I'll take my dogs down in South Beach. What a start by the Miami Heat.
I can't believe that Highsmith hasn't gotten more minutes in this series just based on what we've seen from him. Game 5, he was phenomenal down the stretch. By the time he got involved, it didn't really matter with the game being out of hand. But a good start for him tonight, and it puts the Heat up 12. Look, if you're the Celtics, you're not concerned. You got a long way to go in this game. You're going to hit shots. That's going to come with time. But you got to figure out how to counter what Miami's doing defensively.
Yeah, the Heat they really aren't doing that crazy of any defensive adjustments. They've went to 2-3 zone in a couple possessions, but for the most part, I think they're just running a tighter rotation and they're playing more experienced defenders and better defenders.
We have some news. Robert Williams has gone to the locker room with an injury.
Now that's big for the Celtics, who have already seen Jayson Tatum come up banged up with an ankle. Robert Williams heads to the locker room with an injury. Williams has been very, very effective of creating second chances for the Boston Celtics. He has been also good defensively on Jimmy Butler when switches happen. That could be a huge loss, and a storyline in this game is the Celtics' injuries right now. Tatum's hobbled up, and Robert Williams could be out for a little portion of this game, maybe all of it. We don't know for sure.
Did you see him get hurt?
No, but that's the thing with Robert Williams. He sometimes gets hurt, and you don't know where it happens, but all of a sudden he's just got some major injury.
Right. We'll see. I'm on TweetDeck. We'll see what happens. All we know is that Robert Williams, who has been huge for the Celtics in the series, has done awesome against Bam defensively. And I know we've talked about Bam kind of struggling. I feel like a big reason for that has been Robert Williams. Robert Williams, also the alley god. You throw it up to him, he'll throw it down.
Maybe he was on that lob.
That'd be a huge loss if he's not able to come back in this game. Not to mention, you already have Jayson Tatum clearly not 100%. Yeah. Brogdon clearly not 100%. So there's some injuries. And look, if you're the Celtics, you can't make excuses. There's injuries on both sides. Oladipo's out for the Heat. Tyler Hero's out for the Heat. You have Gabe Vincent not 100%. So there's injuries on both sides, but we're starting to see some injuries here for Boston in this game.
And there's one thing to have injuries that you know and can prepare for, like with the Heat, with Tyler Hero. They've had a lot of time to prepare without him. Victor Oladipo, same way. And with Gabe Vincent, they prepared without him and then brought him back. But when you get an injury that occurs in the middle of the game, it is hard to throw together a strategy and replacement towards that. Like if Joe Mazzulla was counting on Robert Williams to play 24 minutes tonight and be that guy who can switch defensively and be the guy who gets a lot of offensive rebounds, well, now he cannot plan for that if he's done for the game. I'm not saying he is, but if he is, that is a big-time impact to Joe Mazzulla's coaching strategy that he did not have time to prepare for, and that's going to be a big-time storyline in this game. We did get another $5 super chat from Crimsdad. That means it's our first $5 super chat, and we got to open up our beers.
Hey, cheers.
Some beers.
Cheers, my friend. Nick, it's good to be with you, man. Last watch party we're doing together. It's been a lot of fun. Derrick White for 3. No. Celtics cannot make anything.
They're 0 for 12 from 3, I believe. Is Kyle Lowry the other way? Swings it to Haywood Highsmith, who hands it off to Duncan Robinson. Robinson drives right on Tatum, steps back now, gets a screen from Bam. Now to Bam with Marcus Smart on him. Bam's got to be aggressive here with Marcus Smart on him. Back him down and go up strong. Bam fadeaway jumper, in and out.
Horford the rebound to Smart. Smart to Horford, top of the key. Horford to White, back Horford for 3. Yes, Hal Horford ends the streak. Celtics missed their first 12 threes. They finally make one. And I'm a little bit surprised it was Al Horford that did that.
Yeah, they're 1 for 13 from 3 in this game. They were horrible in Game 6 as well from 3. Storyline to note that they can't really hit their open deep shots right now. Vincent has it, screen from Bam. Gabe Vincent, deep 3, good! Vincent answers to put the Heat back up 12. Vincent looks good early. Heat into their 2-3 zone.
Smart fouled, I think, by Vincent.
And that's a bad call. It should be an offensive foul on Al Horford. He pushed Gabe Vincent into Marcus Smart and not called.
Gabe Vincent made a 3 on the other end. Nearly a 4-point play. Grant Williams kind of collided with Vincent. Vincent will now check out after that foul. Jimmy stays on the bench.
Bam has played every minute in this game thus far. Caleb Martin checks in for Vincent into their 2-3 zone.
Al Horford at the free throw line. Celtics down 12. Horford backing in on Bam. Horford shot no good. It's off of, I believe it's off. I thought it was off of the Heat, but apparently not.
Bam with a great defensive play swats Al Horford's shot, and it's tipped, I think, right off Jaylen Brown's chest, which it was. Well, great call by the official on the side there.
I thought it might have gone off of Duncan's elbow after that, but
Lowry gets it to Bam, top of the key. Bam surveying the field, now screened. Spins, Marcus Smart flops, no call. Let him play on. Duncan Robinson drives in, double teamed, loses it. And they're going to call foul on Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson should not be trying to isolate Jaylen Brown on the offensive end.
That's just a bad idea.
That's for sure.
Bad idea. Celtics only have 18 points in the first,
Bam's got to shoot this.
15 minutes of this game? Yeah, but I don't know why Bam didn't shoot that. I think he was surprised that the offensive foul wasn't called.
$2 super chat from Samuel Marzo saying these Celtics fans are delusional. As another turnover/block, I don't really know what happened. Lowry the other way, Caleb Martin corner 3. Good! Caleb Martin puts the Heat up 15. These role players have shown up for Miami once again.
Celtics have got to get something going offensively. Derrick White drives. Derrick White out to Horford, to Brown. This is a must-make. He got it from the left wing for 3. Huge, huge shot for JB. Heat on the other end with Kyle Lowry.
Lowry will take a 3 to answer, and it's good. Kyle Lowry hits a 3.
Making shots. This is bad.
And the Heat have come to play today.
Jaylen Brown, Horford, catch and shoot 3. No.
Rebound. Duncan. They're going to call out of bounds. Jayson Tatum. I don't know what I think it's an out of bounds. Man, oh man. It was a good ball movement possession by the Celtics to get that Jaylen Brown 3 a couple possessions ago, but Kyle Lowry with a big-time answer. They just played drop coverage. Lowry coming off a screen, knocks it down. Listen, everyone wanted to talk about officials coming into this game, but one team's playing much harder than the other. One time's hitting their shots. Lowry gets another screen. This is why my Haywood Highsmith. Lowry, Robert Williams, check back in, but a dime to a back-cutting Duncan Robinson, and it's now a 17-point lead for Miami.
It's been a really good sequence for Kyle Lowry. Really good sequence. As Jayson Tatum finally back in, he got fouled.
Fouled on the pass, so will be side out. This Heat lineup consists of Duncan Robinson, Kyle Lowry, Bam Adebayo, Haywood Highsmith, and Caleb Martin, and they are outplaying the Celtics starting lineup. If you're the Celtics, that simply can't happen.
Jayson Tatum gets it in. Good to see Robert Williams back in the game, by the way. He was in the locker room earlier. Jaylen Brown to Rob. That's why you need him in the game. Alleys, throwing alleys, Dunk City in Boston.
Interesting to note, Jimmy Butler checked in. They're running a small lineup. No Bam, no Love, no Zeller. Kyle Lowry drives in, turns it over.
Jayson Tatum the other way. Layup is good. Big swing.
Timeout Miami. They still hold a 13-point lead with 7 minutes to go. Kyle Lowry played good so far, but turned it over, and it resulted in an easy 2-point basket for Boston. And Tatum grimacing after the play once again. His ankle is really bothering him.
He sat the last 4 minutes of the first quarter. He sat most of the second quarter. This is concerning if you're the Celtics. This is very concerning, and you just hope he can play through this pain. You just hope he can make it to halftime. You know, try to figure it out halftime, and then come back in the second half and beat Jayson Tatum.
Make sure you do subscribe to the Heat Report. 845 current subscribers. Can we hit 900 today? It would be an absolute benchmark to hit, because then we would be so dang close to that 1,000 mark, which is so monumental for a new channel. Can we hit that sub button and get there tonight? It would be big time. Pokey Green Ninja, no, I love you.
Oh, he's a real one. He's a real one. He's very active on our Dolphins channel. We appreciate Poke Grinja 39. We really appreciate him. Chat Sports, real one. Be sure to subscribe, whatever channel you're watching on right now. We got 2,600 people watching on Celtics Today. We just surpassed 17,000 subscribers. Now we've surpassed 17,100. Might as well just get to 18 tonight. So hit that subscribe button you're watching right now. We'll get a video either way. It's either going to be kind of an off-season rumors video, hopefully not, or a Denver Nuggets versus Boston Celtics preview. Okay, Granger, we appreciate you. Ben has been in the chat. Tell me about Dalvin Cook to Miami. That might have to be tomorrow's show, Ben. Ben, if you're following me on Twitter, DM me, because I didn't see that Bleacher Report article that you mentioned. But yeah, Dalvin Cook, I don't think he's going to be a Dolphin. But are you doing Dolphins Live on Thursday?
I don't know.
If you are, and they sign Dalvin Cook, it might get a little bit wild because he might get cut on June 1.
I hope not, to be honest.
Akeem, Nick just posted the link to the Heat stream, or the Heat subscribe link in the Celtics chat. So click on that to subscribe to the Miami Heat channel.
Yeah, I just threw that link because I noticed a lot of Heat fans in the Celtics Today chat. So if you want to subscribe to the Heat channel, and you could still hang out on Celtics Today for tonight at least, but if you want more Heat videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We did just pick up 5 during this timeout marker, so shout out to y'all. But I hope not, because I'm no matter what doing the NBA Finals on Thursday, so I'm not trying to do a double live.
No, I can't blame you. Double live. We got through it the other day, but it's never easy.
But it's easy when you're doing it with the same. Sure. When I have to do it with you and then go with another host, it's tough.
For sure. Be sure to subscribe to the Celtics channel.
We just picked up another 6 subs. Let's
go. There we go.
Another sub. Let's go to the moon, baby, to the moon. Picked up 12 subs on the Heat Report during that timeout. That's huge.
Hit that subscribe button, whatever channel you're watching on right now. They're showing the Jayson Tatum play again. Let's see. So he went in for this layup. He looked good full speed, and then he was grimacing after the fact. Man, he's struggling right now.
Yeah, he is. All right, Bam checks back into the game, so he got a short rest. Jimmy has it now, guarded by Jaylen Brown. Kicks to the corner for Caleb Martin. Martin drives baseline, step back. Now a nice little hezzy inside, up and under move, fade away. What a move by Caleb Martin.
Wow.
And it goes. That is an unbelievable isolation move by Caleb Martin.
Is that Paul George
to
or that
put
Caleb
up
Martin?
The Heat by 15. Martin's got 12 points.
Jayson Tatum, right wing dribble. Tatum drives with the hurt ankle and all. No good. Brown, Robert Williams, the putback. He has been huge.
That's the one bad thing if the Heat go into their zone, which they've been in. You're not very good on the glass. Caleb Martin drives in,
stop him.
And with another layup, Martin's got 14. The Heat back up 15.
Robert Williams slow to get up there. Jaylen Brown has it left wing, sees down 15. 6 minutes left, second quarter. Down low, Brown. Easy layup for JB. Great feed from Jayson Tatum.
The Heat defense was so good in the first quarter. I don't get why they switched to the zone. They've been fine in man-to-man. Duncan Robinson the other way. Layup over Robert Williams. No. Rebound Jaylen Brown.
Celtics have an opportunity here to end the first half strong. They were down 17 earlier, now down just 13. Jaylen Brown, his three-pointer's blocked. He tries to get his own miss, and it goes to Jimmy Butler.
And you know who blocked that three-point attempt? Duncan Robinson in isolation defense. That's why you stay in man. Duncan can defend sometimes. It's bad most of the times, but I think it's okay. Butler into Bam, and he loses the ball again. Bam, catch the damn ball!
Why would Butler just not shoot that? Derrick White has the top of the key. To Brown. Brown to Tatum. Tatum working on Robinson. Tatum tries to draw contact. No call. It doesn't matter. He made it. It's an 11-point game.
And this is the problem with Bam, man. He's so good defensively, but he needs to just freaking catch the goddamn ball. He has the weakest hands in the NBA, I'm convinced. Heat lead down to 11. Butler will pump fake a three, gets it to Duncan. Into Bam, guarded by Jaylen Brown. Go up strong, Bam. Go up strong. Bam backing down. Kicks it out to Caleb Martin. Swung to the corner. Vincent three. Good. The TD Garden got on its feet, and Vincent says, sit back down. Heat back up 14.
That was a really big shot. That was a really, really big shot. Derrick White to Brown. Brown thought about it. Back to White, top of the key. Back to Brown, right wing. Jaylen Brown having a night, but he nearly turns it over. Jayson Tatum gets it back to White for three. Yes, Derrick White! Have yourself a series. It's an 11-point game.
I think the Heat got to stop this 2-3 zone, man. The Celtics are playing good. Bam the other way, bully ball, and Robert Williams fouled. And they just changed the score on TNT. Did they call Gabe Vincent's corner jump shot a 2?
I suppose so.
I don't know how
that looked clean. That looked really clean from Robert Williams, by the way. That was all ball. That was all ball. Robert Williams can't believe it. Kiwi's telling me to check the scoreboard. Well, it was 17 a moment ago. Now it's 10. We got a game in Boston as Bam goes to the free throw line.
Tatum arguing with Tony Brothers. One isn't Tatum arguing with an official. It's actually a joke how much he complains. Bam makes the first free throw. Heat back up 11 after they changed the Gabe Vincent corner 3 to a 2. Max Strus checks in for Duncan Robinson. I'd have to imagine that signals the end of the zone defense for Miami.
Tyler P.
Not.
I think we're good. Everyone else,
yeah,
I know. Bam makes both. 12-point lead.
And now they changed.
Well, they changed it again.
They changed the Vincent 2 that went, or the 3 that went to a 2 back to a 3. It's 47-34. Figure it out, NBA.
Jaylen Brown, top of the key dribble. Celtics down 13. Crucial to finish the first half strong here. Marcus Smart lost the ball. A foul is called against Miami.
Oh, that's a little bit of a joke of a call there. That's a little bit of an interesting call.
Bam does not like it.
Well, because Marcus Smart driving in on Bam, absorbs contact, goes behind the back, and just falls. I mean, Bam cut him off, and then Smart falls trying to go the other way. It shouldn't be a foul.
Jayson Tatum inbounds. Tatum to Smart. Smart for three. Rattles out, and
Rebound Miami.
Rebound Miami. I was going to say, this time Derrick White doesn't put it back up and in.
Bam will bring it this way. Swings it to Vincent. Vincent gets a screen. Step back mid-range. Doesn't take it into Jimmy in the post guard by Derrick White. Jimmy isolation. Pump fake goes up for a midi. No good. Rebound fought for. It's going to be heat ball. Caleb Martin goes crashing into Jayson Tatum. That is one of the rare times I am surprised that we don't get a foul call. Caleb Martin flies out of nowhere. It is off Tatum, but I am a little shocked they did not call an over and a back on Caleb Martin. Heat ball, up 13, into Bam. Handoff to Strus. Guarded by Jaylen Brown. Screened by Bam. Strus takes a tough three. Bank, no good.
Oh my God, he almost made it. Jayson Tatum the rebound. Tatum to Horford, catch and shoot three. Don't like that shot. Do not like that shot. But Derrick White gets the offensive board. White to Brown to Tatum. Tatum inside. Step back. Long two is no good. Jayson Tatum's got to start hitting those.
Rebound by Butler. He comes the other way. Bam sets a screen. Jimmy still has it. Sets another screen. Caleb Martin in the corner. They're calling an illegal screen. I think you got to start calling it both ways because it's a little bit of a joke here. Now Bam's got, I think, 3 fouls. That was not even that bad of a screen.
Bam's got 3?
Yeah.
That's big. Bam checks out. Is this his first time out tonight?
No.
He checked out. Okay.
Doesn't surprise me that Bam's picked up a lot of fouls in this game because whenever Scott Foster's officiating this game, Bam's always in foul trouble.
2.5 minutes to play. Celtics down 13 in the first half. Jayson Tatum, right wing dribble. Tatum to Horford, back Tatum. Tatum looking for Horford down low. Horford is Smart. Catch and shoot corner 3. Yes, that was big. We got a 10-point lead. 10-point deficit, I should say, for the Boston Celtics.
About 2 minutes to go. Who can close the half strong? It's often what determines ball games. Who will do it here? TD Garden getting amped up. Vincent step back 2. Short. Rebound Caleb Martin. To Jimmy in the short corner. Floater. No good.
Oh, man.
Jimmy's got to freaking make that, man.
That was a bunny. Jaylen Brown to Tatum. Tatum trying to cut it to single digits. Tatum drives. It is good. We got an 8-point game. The Celtics were down 17 at one point.
And the story of this game against the Heat Stars' inability to do anything offensively. Gabe Vincent drives in, gets it to a cutting Butler. Butler corner 3. Good! Jimmy Butler with a big-time 3 on cue to put the Heat back up 11.
Quickly the other way. The Celtics have it in the corner with Marcus Smart. Gets a screen from Horford. Decides not to go to Horford. Instead,
that's a foul!
Yeah, that's a foul.
That's a clear path. That's an intentional clear path foul. They better call it. Jimmy hit the passing lanes, put it out in transition, and Brown grabbed his jersey. That is an intentional foul to stop a fast break. That should be a free throw and the ball for Miami.
Let's see what I'm trying to listen.
They're not going to call anything, which is bullshit. I want that on the record. That's bullshit. You can't purposely grab someone on a fast break and it not be called either intentional or take foul. That's ridiculous. Jimmy now has it, guarded by Derrick White, top of the key. Backs him down. Jimmy drives left. Pull-up floater, good. Jimmy Butler heard the noise and has 5 straight points for the Heat. 13-point lead.
55 seconds to go, first half. Celtics down 13. Marcus Smart backing in on Vincent. Smart, the shot is good. Good drive for Marcus Smart. 45 seconds to go.
Heat could go 2 for 1 if they want to. Jimmy's playing a little slower. Wonder if he does accelerate the clock here to go 2 for 1. Butler gets a double screen. It's Derrick White. It looks like he'll just settle for one good shot. Jimmy drives right. No, he's going to go up for a tough bucket. No good. Rebound Horford. So it ends up not even being a 2 for 1 as there's a 2.5 second shot clock differential.
Yeah, Celtics can probably take the last shot here. Jayson Tatum has it with 15 seconds to go. Tatum straight away. Tatum, crossover dribble. Tatum with 3 on the shot clock. Step back 3, short.
Heat halftime. Caleb Martin running. Haywood Highsmith for 3 at the buzzer. No good. That will be the half.
Got a long way to go. Not the start the Celtics were looking for, but they did keep themselves in this game, making it an 11-point halftime deficit. They were down 17. Rolly, your thoughts?
We'll get more into the stats coming up. My first thought is the Heat played fantastic defense, but the Celtics cannot buy a 3-point basket, and they only trail by 11. I think the Celtics got to feel good about themselves, to be honest with you. But I think if you're the Heat, you also feel pretty good. You're on the road in a Game 7, you're up 11 at half. So you're going to feel good if you're Miami, but if you're Boston, and we'll show the 3-point shooting numbers in a second, but they shot so bad from 3 to only be down 11, I think you'll also take that as well, especially because Jayson Tatum was a little bit quiet in that first half. You score 41 points in a half, you expect to be losing by double digits. So the Celtics defense only allowing 52 points is still pretty good in their own rights.
Jayson Tatum, you mentioned him, Rolly. We'll get to stats here in a second. Look, Jayson Tatum clearly in a lot of pain. He rolled his ankle in the first quarter. He just had 7 first-half points. Robert Williams left the game momentarily to go to the locker room. He came back in. He's been fantastic. 6 points, 3 rebounds for Rob. Look, obviously, look at the score. If you're a Celtics fan, this is not ideal, but you got a long way to go in this game. The Celtics, they were up 10 with 3 minutes left in Game 6, almost lost. They were up 12 in the fourth quarter in Game 2, lost. So 11 points is a very manageable halftime deficit here. They were down 9 in the third quarter in Game 4 in a winner-go-home game and came back and won that game. So we got a long way to go. I'm curious to see the adjustments that Joe Mazzulla makes at halftime. And can he outcoach Erik Spoelstra here in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure about that. But at the same time, Joe Mazzulla's won 5 straight elimination games. The Celtics play their best with their backs against the wall. They were trailing Philadelphia late in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Here they are in Game 7 of the Eastern Finals. So they've come a long way. These last 5 elimination games, we'll see what they can do here in the last 24.
Just make sure these rebounding numbers are correct before we go to our halftime stats in our, halftime show. So before we flash them, let me just make sure they're rebounding people, or making sure we got the right stats for the rebounds.
Got our stats up here in a second. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to both channels. We have 3,500 people watching on Celtics right now. We've already gained over 200 subscribers today alone. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 18,000 subscribers on Celtics by the end of this game. Taking a look here at the stats. The halftime score is 52-41. 12 assists for the Heat, 10 for the Celtics. Celtics out-rebounding the Heat 23-20. The Celtics have certainly dominated the offensive glass in this series, at least the last 4 games. Celtics shooting just 38%. They're just 19% from 3. That's been the difference in this game, Nick, looking at these numbers.
Yeah, and this is kind of what I alluded to before we got our stats ready here, is that if you're the Heat, you're up 11 on the road in Game 7, you will never complain about being up to double digits on the road, like I said, in the Game 7. So there's no complaints there. But if you're Boston and the Heat are shooting 50% from 3, meanwhile you're shooting 19%, yet you trail by 11, I think you're going to feel semi-optimistic about your chances in the second half, because you're just going to have to hope the law of averages plays out. The Heat come closer down to that 38-40% mark on three-pointers, and if the Celtics do the same and rise to 38-35% from 3, then the equilibrium will be set, and the Celtics will most likely have the lead the way I'm seeing it right now. The Heat are shooting a better percentage from the field, both ends, but I just feel like Boston has that spurt ability. And I know that's not really a word. It might have been added to the dictionary, I don't know, but it's used a lot in college basketball. The ability to go on a run in a short span of times. You talked about spurt ability with the 15-16 Golden State Warriors because they could be down 20 and up 10 in a span of 10 minutes of game time. I feel like the Celtics have that same ability, and we'll have to see how the second half plays out, because if the Celtics start hitting their threes, because they've had a decent amount of open looks from beyond the arc, they could be in a very advantageous position to win this game from behind, because all they got to do is hit a couple threes, get the crowd involved, and now they're sitting very, very pretty. So we'll have to see how the second half shakes out. We'll show some individual stats. We'll start with the leading team, that is the Miami Heat, and we'll start with their star player, not actually, but he might as well be their star player now.
He's unbelievable.
Caleb Martin, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 6 of 10 shooting, 2 for 3 beyond the arc. This man has had double digits in the first half of every game this series. He's been averaging 18.5 points this series. Caleb Martin, on a 3-year, $20 million deal he signed in the offseason prior to this season starting, has one of the best contracts in the NBA when he's doing this on a nightly basis in the Eastern Conference Finals. Caleb Martin has simply been the X factor for the Miami Heat. He's been incredible. Your thoughts, Will?
Well, my thoughts are if the Heat win this game, he should be the Eastern Conference Finals MVP.
And unless Jimmy goes crazy in the second half to put it away, I actually lean that same way, that Martin should be the MVP, because this Heat team wouldn't have won 1 or 2 games without Martin's impact.
He's been by far the most consistent player in the series on either side. You know what you're getting. You know you're going to get consistent offense from Martin. The guy is just automatic when he has an open look, so the Celtics have got to make sure he doesn't put up another 14 in the second half, or you're going to Cancun.
Yeah, let's look at Jimmy Butler now, who was a little slow start but finished the half with 11. He has 5 rebounds and 2 assists to go along with the 11 points. He had a big corner 3 there when the Heat lead got down to 8. Then a big-time 3 from the corner put it back to 11. He's been a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more efficient. I would have still liked to see him be more assertive in the first quarter, but he was able to do his thing and has the Heat up 11, and now it's his time to go close out this game. I know there's a whole half to go, but if the Heat even have the lead in the first or in the going into the fourth, I expect the big fourth quarter from Jimmy Butler. We'll have some other stats in a second, but man, I think we have to talk about another bad half from Bam Adebayo. It's been really disappointing to see him struggle the last 3 to 4 games. 4 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He's had a couple turnovers just from not being able to hold on to the ball or flat out catch the ball. It's a little sad.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he can't catch the ball. And you know, you've obviously watched a lot more of the Heat than I have this year, Nick, but we have watched every second of the series together almost. And, you know, I look at Bam, it looks like he forgot how to play basketball. Can we be honest? I mean, the guy is just really struggling. I don't know if he's in his own head. I give a lot of credit to Robert Williams helping shut him down. But Bam, he's got to get going if the Heat want to close this thing out.
Gabe Vincent's been really good for the Heat. Again, 8 points in this first half, 3 for 6 from the field after starting 0 for 2, so he's really 3 for his last 4. He's hit 2 threes, which both came in big times for the Heat team when the Celtics were cutting into that lead, and the Heat were able to keep it at double digits thanks to Gabe Vincent's well played. Haywood Highsmith getting some minutes, and they don't even have a photo for him. That's how bad it is for my boy Haywood. This is disappointing for sure, but Highsmith has played incredible. He's gotten only 5 to 7 minutes in this first half, but he played good defense, high energy guy, took a 3 at the end of the half, but other than that, he made a layup in transition. I thought his effort and defensive prowess have been huge for Miami. Highsmith didn't even play in Game 6. I thought he should have. He was good in Game 5, even though the Heat got blown out. It's good to see him getting some minutes for Miami.
Yeah, that strip of Tatum was huge. That was a huge swing in this game. he's been great defensively, and I'm really surprised, Rolly, that we have not seen more of him in this series. He was great down the stretch in Game 5. Sure, the game was out of hand when he got really involved, but man, Highsmith has been fantastic in this series for Miami, and I expect him to get some minutes here in the second half.
Yeah, but I think the real story of the game thus far, other than the Celtics' poor shooting like the Houston Rockets against the Warriors
You didn't have to
5
go there,
years
Nick.
ago. I know, but I just wanted to. Jayson Tatum rolled his ankle
Scott Foster's officiating that game too,
on
by
the
the way.
first possession of this game, and he hasn't really looked that right since then, really.
Yeah, he is in a lot of pain. You saw that steal and fast break layup. He looked fine running full speed, but he came down and he was grimacing. He sat, I don't want to say for half of the first half, but I would say there was about a total of 8 minutes where Jayson Tatum was on the bench in the first half. He sat for the last 4 minutes of the first quarter and then sat a total of about 4 or 5 minutes in the second quarter. So that's worth monitoring. He's clearing at 100%. Hopefully he gets right at halftime.
Yeah, Tatum playing, what is this minutes number?
Tatum is at 20 minutes.
So he's only sat for that 4 minutes. He played the entire second quarter.
I did not realize that. Okay, well I apologize. I thought he was on the bench for a little bit in the second quarter, but he did play the entire second quarter. But clearly playing through some pain.
Yeah, I mean Tatum's really been grimacing after a lot of plays, so it's going to be intriguing to see where he comes out from in the second half. Now he will probably get some treatment at halftime to make the pain go away that you just can't quite get while on the bench.
Right.
So I'm not going to just go out there and speculate, but I'll just say that he's probably going to receive something to help that pain go away, and he'll be feeling good in the second half. Someone who has been quiet throughout the first 3 to 4 games, but has really picked up his play in the last 3 games, Jaylen Brown. He still can't buy a 3, but he's been able to hit those 18-foot step-back contested mid-range jumpers like they're layups.
Yeah, and you brought up a good point. It's the polar opposite of Bam. Bam was great the first 3 games, not so good since then. Jaylen Brown has looked like Jaylen Brown, and that is why the Celtics are in this position in Game 7 after being down 3-0. Jaylen's been fantastic, 13 points. He hit he hit 1 3, hit a couple mid-range jumpers. Look, you just got to get Jayson Tatum going. Hopefully he gets that, like you said, treatment at halftime. Because if Jaylen Brown can be Jaylen Brown in the second half and Jayson Tatum can be Jayson Tatum, I think the Celtics come back and win this game.
Yeah, it all depends on the three-point shooting for Boston. And Derrick White, the hero of Game 6, has had a rough Game 7. Let's just be honest. He's 1 for 5 from 3. I think, all of them have had decent looks, too. 2 for 6 from the field. Derrick White has struggled quite a bit. Marcus Smart has played phenomenal the past 3 games. He's 1 for 4 from 3. And that is just continuing to be the storyline at this half thus far, is the Celtics' inability to hit the three-point shot and the Jayson Tatum injury. Those 2 are the biggest keys, or not keys, I should say storylines at halftime.
Right. And the Celtics, like you said, man, the three-point shooting has not been good. They got to get that going if they want to have a chance to come back and win this game. Just 4 of 21. They started 0 of 13. So they're 4 of 21 total. Al Horford's 1 for 4. Horford's got to stop shooting the ball, man. I'm sure you can say the same about Kyle Lowry. He actually did hit a few shots. But Al Horford needs to stop shooting the ball. Marcus Smart's 1 for 4. White's 1 for 5. Brown's 1 for 5. So you don't have one Celtic right now that's made multiple three-pointers in this game.
Yeah.
I'd expect that to change pretty quickly. I think Derrick White will hopefully get some good looks here. But the Heat defense obviously bothering the Celtics here in the first half of this game.
Yeah, I mean, and you expected Erik Spoelstra to throw the kitchen sink at Joe Mazzulla in the Celtics offense. And I haven't even think that they have done anything that differently, to be honest. On first look, obviously, if I rewatch the first half right now and deep dove into each possession, obviously there'd probably be something I'd find. But just off first glance, I think the Heat have just stuck with a better defensive lineup. Bam has played damn near the entire first half. Now, he does have 3 fouls, so that's something you're going to have to monitor. He's just so good defensively. I can be mad at Bam all I want because of his offensive struggles and his turnovers, but one thing that I could say every time that he plays a basketball game is that he will be the best defender on the court at all times. And so he's been big defensively at really deterring, switching, guarding Jaylen Brown at times, switching on to Jayson Tatum. Him and Caleb Martin have been really big for Miami on the defensive end of them being able to just go switch between when they get screens of Al Horford on Tatum, and then he can just play it off easy. Same thing with Jaylen Brown as well.
Our audience has grown here on Celtics, by the way. We have over 4,500 people tuned in right now. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, trying to get to 18,000 subscribers here on the channel. We just surpassed 17,000 in the first quarter. Let's get to 18. Hit that subscribe button if you're watching on Celtics right now. If you're watching on Heat, be sure to subscribe to them as well. But you're absolutely right, Nick, about what you said about Horford, what he brings to the table defensively. And you know what what will play a big impact in the second half is the offensive rebounds we're seeing from Boston.
Yeah.
Because if you can create second chance opportunities, that's how you come back in a basketball game. And the Heat have been really struggling with closing out defensive possessions, like you said.
Yeah, and Robert Williams had a couple offensive rebounds. I think the Celtics...
7 offensive rebounds in the first half.
That's a lot, man.
As opposed to 3 for Miami.
To get double-digit offensive rebounds in a game is just big time. You'd barely see that in the regular season, so to be able to do it in the postseason is huge. That has been the reason why the Celtics have honestly stuck around. I think they've scored double-digit points, off those offensive rebounds, and it's what's let them hang around. Second half tip is just about here. Make sure you subscribe to Celtics Today. Make sure you subscribe to the Heat Report. We picked up about 35 subs in this game so far. I absolutely love it. Continue to hit that sub button. If we hit 900 tonight, I'll be taking a shot at tequila, usually priced at $10. I'll do it for free if we hit 900. I'll throw the sub link in both chats because I know there's Heat fans in both areas that aren't subscribed. So make sure you do hit that sub button. We are about to be back. Sublink is in both chats.
Here we go.
And here we go. Gabe Vincent has it on the left side. Gets it to Jimmy Butler, who will take a 3 right out of the gate, and he hits it. Jimmy's second 3 of the game. The Heat's lead quickly back up to 14.
That shot looked pure, man. Let's see if the Celtics can respond. Just 4 made threes out of 21 three-point attempts in the first half. Jaylen Brown drives, spin move over Jimmy is good. Big shot from JB. He has 15.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown has been incredible, and the Heat are going to need Jimmy Butler to close this game out for him, and it's big to see him hit a 3 early on. Vincent gets a screen. He dives into the paint. Now layup too easy.
Wow.
Gabe Vincent with a bucket, and the Heat have a quick 5 points in the third quarter.
You said it, too easy. I don't know how that was just not defended at all. 14-point lead. Jaylen Brown with it left wing. Brown, top of the key, guarded by Bam. Bam has 3 fouls. Some contact, no call. Now some contact against Al Horford. Well, Al Horford looked like he made a foul. It doesn't get called.
Yeah, the Heat now have the other way. A lot of bodies hit the deck. Vincent and Martin were on the floor. Vincent now has it in the corner, guarded by Derrick White. Vincent, jab step, drives baseline, contact, nothing there. Tough fadeaway, no good. Caleb Martin's on the floor again. Rebound, Jaylen Brown.
That's just not the shot you want if you're the Heat. Jayson Tatum traveled.
It's a good call. It's a good call. He absolutely did travel. Tatum obviously thinks he did not. Good layup by Vincent there as they show the replay. Tatum got surprised. He thought it was a fast break no one around him. He caught it and moved. Vincent hands it off to Bam. Back to Vincent, to Jimmy. Diving in. Floater. Good. Jimmy Butler with another bucket. Heat lead up to 16.
Timeout.
Early timeout by Joe Mazzulla. We talked about at the half that the Celtics were going to need to come out with a punch to cut into this Heat double-digit lead. Quite the opposite has happened early in this third quarter.
Well, and that's what I said. I was worried about, okay, Joe Mazzulla against Erik Spoelstra, halftime adjustments, what's going to happen? The Heat have clearly come out as the better team here in the second half. The Celtics have got to get something going. If you get down 20+, it's going to be very difficult to come back.
Listen, I'm not going to say no and never say never, right? The Celtics team, I'll mention that spurtability word once again. The Celtics have the chance at any time to hit a bunch of threes in a row and get this TD Garden crowd right back into it and cut into a big-time lead. Let's not kid ourselves here. Like, just look back to Game 7 against the Sixers. I know that was a blowout from the jump, but the reason why that was is because how easy the Celtics offense made it look, getting good looks and hitting threes. So I'll say this, even though the Celtics are trailing big right now, and I'm a Heat fan, I still don't feel good about it until it's late in the fourth with a big lead, because I know the Celtics come back in this game at any time with how good their offense is and how much firepower they have.
Right. We got a long way to go here. Who you got? Let us know down in the comments. Also, 4,300 people watching on Celtics. Be sure to subscribe. If you're watching on Heat, subscribe to that channel as well.
We're now 24 subs away from 900 on the Heat Report.
Let's get there.
Hit that button. I'll take a shot at tequila. It's usually worth $10.
I'll take a shot with you.
I love it.
I
love it. It's usually priced at 10. It will be for free if we get to 900 subs. 24 away. Will, Ben is saying to check your IG.
I think Ben is, Ben might have sent me something Dolphins related here. Ben, I'll check that out, man, on my IG. I'll check
Carlos
that out.
Romero says Jimmy's him, he's Jimmy. His name is Jimmy.
See, look at Ben. Ben's coming in clutch. He's sending me my Dolphins show for tomorrow. He's sending me my Dolphins show. Ben, we appreciate it, man. We'll be talking about Dalvin Cook on Dolphins today.
But type it in the comment section. Let's get the comment section flowing right now. Who you got in Game 7? Will the Heat continue this lead and close it out? Or will the Celtics make a monumental comeback on top of the monumental comeback already going on and be the first team in NBA history to come back and win a series after trailing 3-0? Type H for the Heat, C for the Celtics. Let us know down in the comment section.
Carlos saying Celtics may come back. Absolutely they may come back. The Celtics, nobody expected them to come back from 3-0, right? They're in Game 7. So do not count out this Celtics team. I think everyone counted out the Celtics team when Jimmy Butler made all 3 free throws, right? So do not count out this Celtics team. We got a long way to go here. This Celtics team get hot. We got what? We got 22 minutes left. There's a long way to go.
A lot
Nick.
of basketball to be played.
Long way to go.
A lot of basketball to be played. Oh, it looks like it wasn't actually a travel on Tatum. I don't know.
Jimmy Butler, he took a few steps there, Nick.
It looked like
he took a few steps.
I'll be straight up here. It looked like Jimmy and Jayson Tatum did the same exact thing. One was called a travel, one was not. They should have both been called a travel, or just one of them been called. I could see it on replay. I'm unbiased here.
Derrick White will inbound. The Heat are actually
applying
full court press here. Gabe Vincent knocks it out of bounds. So the Heat full court press bothering the Celtics here. Already down 16. 1 second came off the clock.
David, that's not true. I was on Saturday, and you know it.
Derrick White will inbound. Here they are applying the full court press again. They finally get it into Marcus Smart, who sends it back to White, who sends it far side to Jaylen Brown. Brown left wing dribble to White, top of the key. White to Tatum. Free throw line jumper is no good. Rebound, bam.
That was ugly. Jayson Tatum hit backboard first on that mid-range jumper.
That was not good.
Jimmy brings it the other way, crosses over Marcus Smart, drives it inside on Brown. Layup,
Ooh.
No good. Good move by Butler. Couldn't finish, though.
Brown the other way. Derrick White thought he was going to shoot the 3, instead drives, and he's fouled to go to the free throw line.
Foul looks like it was on Jimmy Butler. I believe it is his second. It's his first foul. I thought Jimmy picked up one earlier. I guess I was wrong.
Derrick White at the line with 9:41 left, third quarter. White makes the free throw. Derrick White, the hero of Game 6. The putback game winner to send us to a Game 7. Winner faces the Denver Nuggets in the NBA Finals. Game 1 is on Thursday night. White at the line for a second free throw. Joe Mazzulla looking on. White has 6 points, but he just 1 of 5 from distance. Second free throw is on the way, and it is good. 14-point game. 9:41 to play in the third quarter.
Vincent, guarded by Jaylen Brown, gets a screen from Bam. Vincent inside, mid-range pull-up jumper, short.
Good defense, really good defense. Jaylen Brown has it left wing. Brown, pass to Williams, back to Brown. Brown left wing dribble. Brown thought about a three, instead passes to Smart. Still plenty of time, 10-second shot clock. Marcus Smart, top of the key. Smart to Derrick White, catch and shoot contested. Three is good, D-Dub, knocking it down.
This is exactly what I was talking about. If the Celtics hit their three-pointers, it's just really hard to beat them. And even though the Heat have looked good this first little piece of the third quarter, the Celtics offense is starting to get going a little bit. Butler guarded by Derrick White, screened by Bam. Butler now guarded by Robert Williams. Caleb Martin in the corner. Martin kicks it out to Jimmy, guarded by Williams again. Jimmy step back mid-range, in and out.
Oh, man, that rattled out for Butler as Tatum has the rebound going the other way. Derrick White thought about another three, instead drives. White contested, shot is good, plus the foul. Derrick White putting the city on its back once again. The lead is down to single digits for Miami.
And this is where I can be unbiased again and say there was absolutely no foul there. There just wasn't. Derrick White faded away on a floater, and he screamed while he was going up with it, and Scott Foster rewarded him. Not surprising that Foster called the foul there.
A random dude, thanks for the super. We'll get to that in a second. White at the line. He's on a roll right now. Makes the free throw. The lead is down to 8 for Miami. It was 116 in this quarter.
It's a personal 8-0 run for Derrick White. Bam has it top of the key. Gets it to Jimmy, guarded by Derrick White on the other end. Jimmy's got to win this matchup. Jimmy drives in, out to Caleb Martin. Martin step in, mid-range jumper, good. Caleb Martin answers like he has done all series long.
Martin's been automatic, man. He does not miss those. He's got 16 and 8. Jaylen Brown to Tatum. Tatum thought about a three and said passes Brown. Brown lost the ball.
Good defense from Butler, forcing the steal. It's a 4-on-2 to Vincent in the wing. Vincent will slow it down. The Heat had numbers, and they wasted it. Bam has it in the post now, guarded by Derrick White. Bam goes baseline, kicks to Jimmy in the corner. Jimmy takes a three over Marcus Smart, no good. That's a bad possession by Miami.
Good defense. Jayson Tatum the other way. Tatum to Brown, top of the key. Brown for three, no.
You'll live with those shots. Brown has struggled from three in this series, and that was a deep one. You'll live with it. Heat still lead by 10. Butler guarded by Tatum. Butler gets it to Caleb Martin in the corner, who pump fakes, drives in on Derrick White. Fade away, mid-range, good. Caleb Martin, show me a little Paul George in you, kid. What a play. This man is unbelievable.
Heat up 12. The deficit was down to 8. Now it's back up to 12. 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Jayson Tatum with the basketball. Tatum, pass down low for Rob. Rob got it to go. Robert Williams, back to 10 we go.
Jimmy will bring it up now. He'll be met by Derrick White. Screen from Bam. I think Bam really needs to go in the second half if Miami wants to close it out. Bam now has a guard by Derrick White. Take him, man. Take him. To Vincent in the corner. Vincent will now dribble out, back into Bam in the post. 4 on the shot clock. Bam's going to have to take a shot. He's going to take a tough mid-range from the corner. No good. Bam needs to get his head out of his damn ass right now.
Good defense again from Boston. They go the other way. Derrick White, catch and shoot three. No, that would have been huge.
Rebound Strus. He pushes quickly. Now we'll slow it down to Jimmy. Jimmy slows it down even more. Could have had a three in the corner to Gabe Vincent, but he'll settle down. Jimmy gets a screen from Bam. It's Robert Williams. Jimmy inside. Pump fake. Kicks it out to Caleb Martin. Martin back to Jimmy in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Jimmy drives baseline. Goes up. A lot of contact. No call. Ball lost out of bounds. Heat retained possession. 2.6 on the shot clock.
It looks like they're going to reset the shot clock.
They're going to say Boston had possession momentarily. That's huge for Miami.
I think they're saying hit rim.
Yeah, you're right. It did hit rim.
Hit rim.
Vincent will inbound. A lot of contact. Strus hits the deck before the ball even gets handed out. Passed into Strus now. Strus will take a three. Big time play by Bam to pass it to Strus on the tip pass. Heat back up 13.
Miami not quite letting Boston back in this game. The Celtics have had opportunities. 5.5 to play third quarter. It's a 13-point deficit. White with the basketball. White, he drives. Now he's looking for Smart. Out to Smart beyond the perimeter. To Jaylen Brown, top of the key. Jaylen Brown with three on the shot clock. Throws it up over Strus. No. Rebound, Robert Williams. Out to Tatum. Tatum catch and shoot three. Yes! Robert Williams! Another offensive rebound.
The Heat have to find a way to close out possessions because Boston is living on the offensive glass. It's really the only way they've had a consistent offense. Vincent left wide open for three. Miscommunication. He misses it. Rebound right back to Vincent. Inside the Bam. Bam post hook at the rim.
Goodness.
Guarded by Derrick White. Finish goddamn ball.
Oh my goodness. I cannot believe this from Bam. Meanwhile, Celtics on the other end. White, the runner, is good. It is down to 8. Timeout, Erik Spoelstra. Big swing.
4-point swing because Bam Adebayo doesn't have to make a goddamn layup. It's starting to really piss me off. Make a layup. You're 7 feet. He's 6'4". Come on.
Quite frankly, I can't tell you're pissed about the way Bam has performed.
It's a joke. He can play like a max player. He's playing like someone you see on LA Fitness. Come on.
Well, you would know a thing or two about LA Fitness, so. 5,200 watching on Celtics. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to subscribe. Trying to get to 18K. We've already gained about 400 subscribers today alone. You got to update this number, by the way, Nick. We're at 17,387 on Celtics. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to subscribe. Look, I mean, if I was Nick, I'd be having the same reaction here to Bam. Bam forgot how to play the game of basketball. I mean, you're one-on-one with Derrick White and you can't finish. That's a problem. And you don't really have an alternative. I mean, who are you going to bring in for him? Cody Zeller? I mean, you just can't do it. It's an 8-point game, 66-58. I'll say this, when Miami just made a 13-point game after that Strus 3, I'm like, man, the Celtics might have missed their opportunity to come back in this game, but they have not. They're right back in it. 8-point game, 5:40 to go, third quarter.
Deep breaths.
In and out, Rolly. Game 7, pressure is on. Winner to the NBA Finals. Be sure to subscribe, whatever channel you're watching on right now. Let's see how many new subs we can get on both channels before we get back from this commercial break. How many subscribers can we get? We just picked up 30 subs in the last 5 minutes or so on Celtics.
And we're 14 away from 900 on the Heat Report. I'll take a shot at tequila.
How about you drop the Heat link in Celtics just in case? I'm sure some of the 5,200 people watching are Heat fans. So Nick is about to drop this the Heat link into the Celtics chat. If you are a Heat fan or want to join the Heat stream, be sure to subscribe to the Miami Heat channel we have here at Chat Sports. 5,300 people watching on Celtics. Be sure to subscribe. Will Scott, Nic Rohloff. If you are new to our streams, we have been live for every single game in these Eastern Conference Finals. He is the host of the Miami Heat Report. I am the host of Boston Celtics Today. We're going to have you covered throughout the offseason with news and rumors. Really, whatever happens here. If the Heat win it all, Celtics win it all, Heat lose today, Celtics lose today, it's going to be an eventful offseason for both teams. We're going to have you covered, Nick. Yeah,
and I'm really looking forward to this offseason, but hopefully for the Heat, it isn't for a little bit. I really want to take this shot, so let's get to 900 subscribers on the Heat Report because I need something to dull my nerves. We're about 5 away, so that would be huge to hit it before we get back from this timeout. We'll also got a couple super chats to check out. $1 from Random Dude, and then he sent in another $2 super chat saying the Heat winning 105-95, Celtics to Cancun. We'll have to keep an eye out to see if that prediction could be right. But we are 3 subscribers away from 900. That number will be updated. We're close. 897. Heat lead by 8. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. Heat have the ball.
4:49 left, third quarter. Heat with the basketball, taking it down.
Jimmy has it guarded by Marcus Smart. Gets it to Bam, guarded by Horford. Bam looking to facilitate. He hands it off to Strus. Strus gets it to Jimmy in the corner. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Jimmy drives left, backing down Marcus Smart. Jimmy post fadeaway on Smart. No good. Heat offense starting to struggle.
And the Celtics defense been fantastic. You're forcing the Heat to take bad shots late in the shot clock. Derrick White has it. Celtics trying to trim into this deficit. Derrick White drives, easy layup. Oh, he traveled. Oh, my God. I thought it was going to be an and one, and he traveled. Joe Mazzulla can't believe it. Scott Foster, masterclass.
Oh, he absolutely did shuffle.
He shuffled a little bit. All
That's
right,
a good
Scott.
call.
I don't like Scott Foster, but that was a decent call.
I don't even think he made the call there.
Well, he probably didn't because he's not a good official. He rigs games.
Jimmy guarded by Jaylen Brown. Now it's Al Horford. 10 on the shot clock already. Bam now has it. You got to look towards the rim and do something, bro. Bam will drive it on Jaylen Brown. Bam backs in. Passing to Jimmy. Jimmy's going to have to go up with it. He doesn't know it's a shot clock. Bam is a mental head case who if he wasn't so good defensively, I would be calling for his head right now. But without Bam on defense, this Heat team would be nowhere. But, I mean, the Heat offense has been abysmal the past 2-3 minutes of game time.
And Jimmy made the shot, too. Gets the ball to him earlier. The 10-point lead for Miami. Instead, it's an 8-point lead. Jayson Tatum down low for Horford. Horford nearly lost it. Gets it to Brown. Brown drives out to White. White at the free throw line. White contested jumper. He got fouled.
Where is the foul, man? Like, where is it? Like, be honest.
John Edward Kruger's asking if you're mad at Bam.
Yeah, I tell you what, if the Heat had a competent big, where's the foul?
There's a little bit of contact.
They called on the body? I mean, there was barely anything there.
White the line, chance to cut to 6.
Angel does not seem like that will be a possibility.
He missed it.
In this game. It seems like this game will be finished in the 90s on both sides. Oh, we did cross 900 subscribers on the Heat Report.
I'll take a shot with you.
Shot
Nick.
time.
I'll take a shot with you.
Hopefully this calms the nerves a little bit.
I hope so, man. Cheers to you, my friend. Cheers to the 900 subscribers on Heat. Oh, that's all right.
I need all the liquor.
I forgive you. I don't blame you for waiting. Not waiting, I should say.
Leads cut down to 7. Jimmy brings it up. Jimmy gets it to Bam in the high post. Hands it off to Strus. Strus will take a tough 3. No good in the Heat offense.
Bad shot that early. And there's a foul against Kyle Lowry as Jaylen Brown came down with the rebound.
Why are you fouling that far away from the basket, man? Oh, and Jimmy turned his ankle too. And now he's grimacing. Man. Jimmy, who's already had ankle problems in this playoff run, seems to might have re-injured it.
He kind of got. You see that from Jayson Tatum? That could have been called a foul. Derrick White, top of the key. Celtics only down 7. He misses the shot. Rebound,
good box
Lowry.
Out, Kyle Lowry. Give him credit there. Good box out. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Kyle Lowry drives left, gives it to Caleb Martin. Martin guarded by Jaylen Brown. Gets it back to Lowry. Lowry thought about a 3, passes it up. Now gets it to Jimmy. Guarded by Derrick White. Jimmy's going to have to do some isolation basketball here. Jimmy drives left, goes up, passes the Bam. Bam inside, goes up with a post fade. No good. I mean, this dude sucks. The
Heat have been playing very tight in the last couple minutes, and they're waiting until the last couple of seconds to make a move offensively. Jaylen Brown, quickly the other way, no good.
Good rebound, Bam. Good defense by Lowry once again. Got a little piece of the ball on the swipe down to cause some disruption on that shot. Lowry has it the other way. He's going to get a screen from Bam. He rejects it. Lowry inside, floater, no good. Rebound fouled. It looks like there will be a foul on the rebound here, so it will be side out for Miami.
2:09 left, third quarter. We got a 7-point game in Game 7.
I'm starting to lose my mind with Bam, man. I love Bam. I have a jersey of him sitting in my closet right now, but he has been horrible. Jimmy Butler has it guarded by Grant Williams. 2 minutes to go in the third. Jimmy dribbles right, step back 3 by Jimmy. Good! Big time shot from Butler to make this a 10-point game. Jimmy's made 3 threes tonight.
Quickly the other way. Grant Williams wide open 3. Count it! Big time answer.
How are you letting someone that wide open after a made basket? That's the stuff that will lose you games in the playoffs. That's a joke. Jimmy guarded by Grant Williams once again. Bam will set a screen. Jimmy now guarded by Horford. In the Bam by Grant Williams. Bam hesitation move inside. Tough left-hand layup goes. Bam finally shows up and does something offensively. Heat lead back to 9.
Grant Williams thought about another 3. Instead, it's a moving screen on Boston.
It's about
Miami
damn time,
ball.
Man. It's about damn time. 1:18 to go. If the Heat can close this quarter, still up double digits, that will be a massive win by the Heat.
It was an 11-point game at halftime. Miami was up 16 early in this third quarter. Boston has gotten themselves back into this game. Can they finish the third quarter strong?
Kyle Lowry will bring the ball up. The Heat have Bam sits down for the first time. Haywood Highsmith checks in. The Heat go really small. I mean, the Celtics are really small too. Grant Williams is playing the 5. Lowry gets it to Jimmy in the corner. Jimmy's made 3 threes already. He's going to take another 3 from the corner. No good. Rebound Max Strus on the putback blocked. They're going to call foul, which is a weak flop from Jayson Tatum, and he's going to go to the line. That's just a weak flop by Tatum. Fighting for a board, he just nods his head. He gets a foul call. He didn't even get touched. What an epic joke. Jayson Tatum, one of the softest players in this league, flops more than Luka Doncic sometimes.
He didn't flop there.
He absolutely flopped.
He didn't flop.
He did not touch. He went like this with his head and got a foul call. What a joke.
Tatum at the line makes the first. It's an 8-point game. 52 seconds left. One more free throw coming up. $5,700 people watching on Celtics. Be sure to subscribe. Makes them both 7-point game. We've gained over 500 subs on Celtics today.
He's absolutely soft. If you don't think he's soft, then I don't know. Show me one play where he hasn't been soft.
Heat basketball.
Jimmy's got it guarded by Marcus Smart. Max Strus will set a screen. No, it's going to be Haywood Highsmith, guarded by Jayson Tatum. Jimmy could go 2 for 1 for the Miami. Jimmy drives in, baseline, kicks it to Caleb Martin. Martin pump fakes a 3, lines it up. Caleb Martin says 3-point, bang, bang.
That hurts. Lead back to 10. Lead back to 10. Martin's got 21 and 8. Let's see how the Celtics respond. 6-second difference, shot and game clock. Jayson Tatum has it guarded by Martin. Tatum to Derrick White. White left wing. White drives in. White the runner. He's fouled. Shot doesn't go, but he'll go to the line. With 9.1 seconds to go in the third.
Where is that?
6,000 people watching on Celtics. Unbelievable. Subscribe to the channel.
Heat will lead no more, or I guess no less than 8 going into the fourth.
And you would have taken that before the game.
Yeah, I'm just really sick and tired of this free throw disparity.
Doesn't feel like a 9-point deficit, though. It feels
much
closer than that.
I agree.
Derrick White, the line, he made the first. Second free throw is good. Miami will have the last shot here.
They've taken bad shots almost every time in this situation. Caleb Martin will bring it up. I just let him go iso ball. Caleb Martin crosses over Tatum, goes in, keeps his dribble. Fade away from the mid-range. Good! Caleb Martin keeps it at a 10-point game. Full court shot. Won't count. If it goes, it doesn't. End of the third quarter. Caleb Martin has been the best player on the floor tonight. What a move on Jayson Tatum. What a move.
So good, man. You just got to respect him. You got to respect him. 10-point deficit. Nick, I'm going to be right back. Can you hold down the fort?
Yeah, I can hold down the fort. Will's going to head out for a second, and it is fourth quarter time, so spam those fours. No matter what chat you are on, Celtics today, 6,000 of you, 250 of you guys on the Heat Report. Let's get the comment section rolling with a bunch of fours. I'll give shout-outs. Keep on spamming those fours. Riley Shea, GR Crushing Stuff, Antonio Johnson, Lynx, Jose, Samuel, Mike Laz, Sushi Rage, Don't Kill the Vibe, CMB Herbo, J-Boy, A Random Dude, Ace Sports, John Merkel, Kenneth Jackson, Brian Gonzalez, Trizzy Trace, Ace Sports, Cloudy Guy, NBA Tricky, Joel, Adrian, John, Javier, Gregory Haddock, Hakeem, Grace, David, Axie, Ben, Adrian, Shy, Jr., your local Ryan, Bear Clubs Gaming, Drew Sarah, I'm Antonio, Eli Ruiz, Young Parable, Grace. Keep on spamming those fours. Keep on spamming those fours. We got one more quarter to go until we have the NBA finalist from the Eastern Conference. Crimsdad, Edward, Briggs, Pokey, C-Note, 2 Days Info, Otto, Edward, Michaela, Carlos, Jazzy, Davo, Scooter Green, Bear Cubs Gaming, Angel Gonzalez, Channel is Dead. This is my channel is dead. That's funny. Will Scott is just about to return. We got one more quarter to go. 5,500 people watching on the Celtics Today stream. 225 on the Heat Report. Make sure you guys do like today's video. 5,500 people watching on Celtics Today. We need to hit 1,000 likes.
Spam those fours.
We need to hit 1,000
Let's get 1,000 likes.
likes.
Let's get 1,000 likes right now. 1,000 likes right now.
We hit 1,000 likes. We're taking shots tequila. Hit that like button. Same thing on the Heat Report. If we hit 100 likes, we're 20 likes away. We're taking shots at tequila. Hit that like button. It's free. It's easy. Hit the button. We got one quarter to go. Right for the NBA Finals on the line. Can the Boston Celtics create history with a win after trailing the series 3-0? Can the Heat hold on and keep it at 151-0 when teams lead by 3-0 in a series? Here we go.
Derrick White with the basketball to Grant Williams, to Robert Williams, past Tatum. Tatum, the layup, he missed it! Oh no!
Keep your eyes on that one as we go in this game. Heat in transition. Caleb Martin's got it. He'll line up a triple. Caleb Martin! Are you kidding me? Where were you when Caleb Martin turned into Steph Curry? He's got 26!
I can't believe this shit. Miami's up 13. Jaylen Brown drives. Brown is fouled. He called the charge. Tony Brothers. Are you kidding me, Tony Brothers?
It should be reviewed for a flagrant. Jaylen Brown elbowed Bam in the face.
Oh,
I want this review.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Show me the. Okay, here we go.
Elbowed right to the face.
It was completely incidental. That is not a flagrant. Not a flagrant.
I want it reviewed.
Not a flagrant.
I want it reviewed.
Not a flagrant.
They are going to review it.
They're reviewing it.
I think it will remain a common offensive foul, but it at least has to be reviewed.
That is it is not a flagrant. Rolly, you say you know ball. You cannot say you know ball and think that's a flagrant foul.
I've seen less been called a flagrant. I'm just going to say that.
Come on. That is not a flagrant foul.
I've seen less called. I would not call it a flagrant, but I'm just going to say I've seen less contact be called a flagrant? I just wanted to challenge.
This is the NBA Finals are on the line. You cannot call this a flagrant.
I am just still in awe.
But knowing this crew, you never know what's going to happen here. I don't think they called it a flagrant.
Doesn't seem that way, which I would agree with. I don't think it's a flagrant. I just thought as soon as I saw the play, I think it should have been reviewed because that's just standard protocol. Jimmy Butler has it, guarded by Tatum. He's going to get a screen from Bam. Jimmy drives in, step back on Robert Williams. Good. Jimmy Butler might smell blood in the water. It's a 15-point lead, excuse me.
Boston really needed to start the fourth quarter hot. They've done the opposite, Steele. This game might be over.
Butler in transition, dunks it home. Mazzulla should call a timeout because Jimmy Butler is in closing time.
Call a timeout, Joe. Call a timeout.
17-point lead for Miami. It's time to close this out. Great play by Jimmy defensively. Leads into the offense. Slam in transition. We have a timeout. The Kaseya Center watch party is going nuts.
What a horrendous first minute of this fourth quarter. You need to come out with some energy. You need to come out hitting shots. You've done the exact opposite here on a 7-0 run. But Daryl, we appreciate the super chat. $5. $5. Shout out to you. Do a little beer cheers here.
Ugh.
I'm going to need to drink.
I'm going to lose my voice in this game, guys. I'm going to lose my voice. John.
David, you're right. It's not over yet, but man, 17-point deficit with 10.5 to go.
Listen, there is a lot of time. I'm not going to act like
there is a lot of time. There's a lot of time.
John says I hasn't had the same energy this series. I absolutely have.
I mean, what did I say at halftime, though, Nick? What'd I say? This is going to come down, and I'm giving Joe Mazzulla all the credit in the world for coming back from a 3-0 deficit and being in this position. But this was going to come down between Erik Spoelstra, Joe Mazzulla, Game 7.
Yeah. And, I mean, listen, players...
and I'm not saying Joe Mazzulla is a bad coach.
No.
All I'm saying is that Erik Spoelstra is the best in the business. The best coach in the NBA right now.
That is true. And I'm not even going to say it's on Mazzulla. Like, obviously, Spoelstra has had a big hand in how well the Heat have played tonight.
That's a good point. But I mean, it's not Joe Mazzulla's fault that the Celtics cannot make shots.
And that's where I was kind of getting to. It's not his fault.
They're shooting 25% from three. Parker Kennedy, first-time super chatter, $10. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like the Celtics have had decent looks from three. They just haven't been able to knock them down, especially in that first half. They've played good in the second half. I actually think the Boston offense has still been fine in the second half. I think, they have, and this is crazy that we're even saying this, they have no answer for Caleb Martin. And that's actually insane to say out loud. Caleb Martin has 26 points. They have no answer
Like
for him.
I said, Eastern Conference Finals MVP.
Oh, I think 100%. I really do. If this is a blowout, I think Caleb Martin deserves it. If it gets close and Jimmy basically takes it home, I think he'll get it. Another first-time super chat from Adrian Cortez.
Or Adrian Cortez now. Chef Martin, let him cook. He's been cooking tonight, man.
He is cooking. That is for sure.
We appreciate the super chat. Can we get to $100 in super chats on Celtics? We're at 75 right now.
Woo!
We haven't gotten to $100 in super chats on Celtics since Game 7 against Philly. Let's try to get there tonight. We've had over 124,000 people tune in to Celtics night. 124,000 total views. We've got almost 6,000 people watching right now. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. If the Celtics cannot come back, we'll have an off-season rumors video tomorrow. It's going to be an interesting off-season for Boston. There's no question.
And listen, I know they made it competitive, so it is interesting to think. But does Jaylen Brown want out? Like, there's been the rumors, but who knows what the actual case is.
I do think, and it's, again, a long way to go here, but assuming Boston does not come back, I think that the fact that this was a close series changes the narrative a little bit.
I do agree with you.
I think there's a better chance they run it back, as Derrick White has the basketball tightly defended by Martin. Derrick White needs to hit a couple threes here. Marcus Smart with it left wing to Jayson Tatum, right wing. Tatum, skip pass, Horford to Brown. Brown needs to shoot that. Back to Tatum. Tatum to Smart. The shot clock expires, no good. That's a huge miss. Huge miss.
Heat went into their 2-3 zone, and Butler is at the top of the zone rather than on the side like he usually is. Jimmy now has a guard by Marcus Smart. Already 10 on the shot clock. Jimmy drives left on Smart, pushes off, offensive foul.
Yeah, easy call.
Easy call.
Easy call.
He extended, very easy call.
See, and everyone's calling Nick bias. See? Nick, I appreciate that for admitting that was a foul.
Listen,
easy call.
I'm not going blind here. If I see it's a foul, it's a foul. That was a clear
That's what I'm saying. I'm defending you. Ray Ant, $5. We'll get to that in a second. Almost to 100 total in Super Chats. Jayson Tatum splits the defense. Tatum drives. Yep, dunk. That is what you need. This game is far from over.
15-point game, 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
Now, if you're the Heat, you can't play tight here because they play tight in the 3 straight games and lost.
Caleb Martin pull up 3. I don't love that shot. I know he's been hot, but 20 seconds left in the shot clock. I don't like that.
Jaylen Brown the rebound. Brown quickly the other way. Shot is no good.
If he makes that 3, things would have got a lot more interesting, but the Heat will continue to have their 15-point lead as Jimmy takes it the other way. Jimmy pull up mid-range, short, gets his own rebound, falls to the ground. Now pass it to Martin, batted out of bounds. Heat will have the ball still. Jimmy pulled up early in the shot clock and knew he left it short immediately and followed his own shot. Lesson for any of you young bulls out there trying to hoop. Follow your shot. Tatum on that dunk came up hobbling. His ankle is really bothering him.
It's been bothering him all day since the first quarter when he rolled it.
Kyle Lowry inbounds it. Duncan Robinson wide open 3. Good! Duncan Robinson puts it back to an 18-point lead, largest of the night.
This game is on the verge of being over. How's Boston going to respond? Al Horford down low to White. White must make 3. Missed it.
And it's getting ugly right now. This could be extended 20-point lead. Pass to Caleb Martin. Saved almost out of bounds to Bam. Great play by Caleb Martin to keep it saved. Lowry gets it to Jimmy. He's standing on Lucky. Gets a screen from Lowry. It's Jaylen Brown. Now it's Duncan Robinson setting a screen. Jimmy pull up 3. No good. That could have put a dagger in this one.
That would have been curtains. 18-point deficit. White, shoot that. Brown now to Smart. Al Horford catch and shoot 3. Yes, need some more of those. It's a 15-point deficit.
It's a big answer.
8.5 to play.
But do you see how active this Heat defense is? They were flying around. I know it resulted in an open 3, but the Heat defense was really moving there. Martin has it now. He hands it off to Duncan Robinson. Duncan gets it to Lowry. I don't like this possession. It's Lowry and Duncan a 2-man game. Lowry's going to have to put up something stupid. Lowry, hesitation, drives in, pull up mid-range jump shot. Good!
Wow.
Kyle Lowry with a tough shot over Jaylen Brown.
I cannot believe
leads back to 17.
Freaking Lowry just made that shot. Tatum for 3. Got to have it. He missed it.
Rebound fought for to Caleb Martin. They're going to call foul on Al Horford, smacking Bam Adebayo. What a shot by Kyle Lowry. The Heat cannot continue to play passive, but I tell you what, they are a minute or 2 away from smelling this one.
Yeah, Al Horford smacked Bam there. Easy call. With 7:51 to go in the game, it's a 17-point lead. Parker Kennedy has put us over 100 total in Super Chats.
Shout out to you, Parker.
Shout out, Parker. I'll take a shot here in a second.
7:45, Caleb Martin handling the ball. Sam Hauser enters the game for 3-point shooting for Boston. Bam has in the post, guarded by Horford. He'll take a mid-range jumper. Good! 19-point game. Bam Adebayo with a big shot. And Antonio! Goes in 20.
I'm taking 2 shots now. It's Brown drives. Brown out to Hauser. He can shoot the 3, man, to Jaylen Brown. Brown crossover. He lost the ball.
He just lost it. He contained the ball up 19. 7 minutes to go. They can make it 20. Jimmy has it guarded by Al Horford. Gets it to Duncan. Back to Jimmy. Jimmy can put a dagger into this one if he really wants to. Jimmy will drive it on Jaylen Brown. Absorb contact. Pump fake. Go up with it. Short arms it. Bam with the rebound. Put back. No good. Fouled. Bam will head to the line. And the Heat could put the Heat up 20.
Cheers to our last 2 super chatters. Shout out to y'all.
Cheers. I'll take some shots, but I do owe a beer shotgun and a cup and another one coming up.
6,600 people watching on Celtics. Be sure to subscribe. Parker Kennedy's on a roll, man.
Another $5. We'll hit all those next TV timeout. Bam makes the first free throw. It's a 20-point lead. I tell you what, it's hard not to start looking ahead a little bit if you're a Heat fan. You're starting to really think your ticket might be punched, but you will have to see.
All right, Celtics down 21. It's going to take a miracle. They got to start hitting some shots, but don't look desperate, right? Don't take desperate looks early on the shot clock. Take good looks. You can get good looks.
Jaylen Brown's been a bucket, but he has 8 turnovers in this game.
Jaylen Brown drive, shot is good. That's what you need, easy buckets.
Couple more super chats. We'll catch up on all these next time
out. A lot
out.
of super chats coming in.
Martin guarded by Tatum. Hands it to Duncan. Miscommunication. Turnover by Miami. Can't have those.
The other way. Smart has it right wing. Smart drive. Smart shot is no good. Rebound Jimmy.
It's a lot of shots being left short if you're Boston today.
And foul on Marcus Smart against Jimmy Butler. 6:15 left. Boston's down 19.
The TD Garden fans in Boston are absolutely deflated. Hands on their head, laid back in their seats. They're feeling it, but does Boston have one more push? Bam has it top of the key. Inside the Duncan layup. Good. He lead back up to 21. Timeout, Boston.
Oh, boy. Duncan Robinson was saying, can I hear you now? Yep. Rolly, I just want to say congratulations.
I'm not taking you for Jake's bullshit. Get that out of here. No place in the game for that.
I tried it. Hey, I said it when it was a 3-0 deficit, and it kind of worked because we're 3-3.
All right, catch up on some super chaps. Ray Ant saying $5. Let's go Heat. That's a beers cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Cheers to Ray.
Cheers to Ray and cheers to everyone.
A lot of super chats.
That is tuned in. 6,600 people watching. And Ray Ant, if you are a Heat fan on Celtics Today, I just threw the sub link for our new Heat Report channel in the comment section. Subscribe if you are a Heat fan. We got $2 from Kiwi saying Heat's back from the bubble. Can you be back if they've been in the Eastern Conference Finals last year and then this year? Parker Kennedy with a $20 super chat. I'll be doing a beer shot fund for this $20 after the game. In all likelihood, I don't think we'll have enough time to get it in before the end of this one. Antonio Heredia also says that you guys are good. Appreciate you. Go Celtics, go.
Antonio, win or lose, go C's, man. Appreciate you.
Then we got another $5 from Parker Kennedy, which is beers cheers.
Cheers to you.
$1 super chat from Dark Scythe. Little emoji there. Purple cat. And then we got a $10 super chat from Daniel Dothrow.
Daryl Dothrow. Don't have cable anymore. Going to you guys for game play-by-play. Thank you.
Oh, shout out to you, Daryl.
Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. It's been a blast working with my guy, Nic Rohloff. He brings so much passion, so much energy. And as a guy that has a play-by-play background, it has been told that I'm too energetic on air sometimes. It has been a pleasure to work with this guy because I always like him bringing the energy. That's what the people want to see, man's energy. So, Daryl, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate you always tuning in. It's been a lot of fun. Working with Nick this series. And, Nick, you're going to be producing some of those. Or are you going to be – well –
We'll see. We'll see.
Because you might be live – you're going to be live on Heat either way.
I'm going to be pitching an idea.
Okay.
We'll have to see if it gets passed through or not. But
so be sure to stay tuned. Nick is going to be involved in NBA Finals coverage one way or another. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and I'll say that, Daryl. I was going to say that. We'll be live either on the Heat Report or Celtics Today if the Celtics pull off a miracle comeback. And we'll be live on our main Chat Sports channel as well. So make sure you check us out if you truly do want more play-by-play. It won't be us exactly, but it will be some iteration of Chat Sports crew. And a $2 super chat from Jose, who's been in our Heat Report chat.
Jose's been
fantastic. Over to
Jose's
Celtics
been
Today
fantastic.
to send in a super chat. I'll take a sip for you, and just for fun, because I'm feeling generous, Anthony Lockhart says in the chat, take a sip for me, Nick. Okay.
Hey, I got you too, Anthony.
Oh, man.
David, you're right. There's still some time. It's going to take a miracle run. He needs some threes. Here's the way I look at it. You're down 7 threes. 21 points. You definitely have guys that can get hot. Yes, Ellen, I will be covering the draft. Yes, we will be covering the draft here on Chat Sports. In fact, Chat Sports has the best draft coverage, NFL, NBA. We don't take commercial breaks. We're not going to be showing a Taco Bell commercial when Nikola Jokic gets drafted. The next Nikola Jokic gets drafted.
No, we will not.
Grant Williams missed it. Rebound, Miami.
We've said it a couple times, but there's been a couple offensive possession for the Celtics that have really felt like
got to have it.
And that one down 21 with 6 minutes to go out of a timeout. Good look for Grant Williams. Doesn't go. Certainly feels like it. Jimmy drives inside. Easy layup on Tatum. And I am starting to now drink the juice as a Heat fan. And I'm really starting to believe this one's over.
Jaylen Brown to Al Horford to Tatum in the corner for 3. No. Gosh, Tatum. Look, I'm not gonna criticize Tatum too much because he clearly wasn't 100%. But man, you would have loved to have had him be a little bit better here tonight.
Jimmy has it on the left side.
He wants it.
Jimmy guarded by Grant Williams. Gets it to Lowry in the corner. He'll drive in. Out to Robinson for 3. He's stripped. Jaylen Brown in transition will get an easy dunk to make it a 21-point game again.
4:56 left. Timeout on the I don't know, maybe just
I don't even think
stoppage.
there. Yeah,
no timeout. Sorry. Impound to Caleb Martin. Martin to Lowry. 4:45 left to play.
Lowry has it top of the key. Swings it to Jimmy Butler. Butler guarded by Grant Williams. Jimmy drives right, now Tatum. Jimmy gets by Tatum, stripped, fouled. Jimmy, I believe they're going to call it on a shooting foul. I think it was on Jaylen Brown reaching in, slapping the arm. And I don't want to speculate, but it would be interesting to see where this game would be if Jayson Tatum does not roll his ankle on the very first play of the game. Tatum has been noticeably limping and grimacing throughout this game. Don't want to speculate, and I will say the Celtics just can't make a shot, so that's playing into it, but Tatum has clearly been hobbled. Jimmy misses the first free throw. And it's interesting now for the Heat perspective, Tyler Hero, could he return in these NBA Finals?
The ones that hate me the most look just like me. You tell me what that means. Great song.
Shout out Harlow.
I got to watch that movie that he's in.
Oh, it's so good.
I almost watched it last night.
You should have.
I went with 50 First Dates instead.
Butler made the second free throw. Jaylen Brown the other way, in and out 3. And you could just tell by the body language, of the Celtics that they know this one's over. They will not be making history. They fought all the way back. 4th team ever to force a Game 7 after being down 3-0, but they will not be finishing the job. Butler misses a step-back jumper. Here comes Marcus Smart.
Smart with it left wing. Smart drives in the paint. Shot is good. Down to 20 with 4 minutes to go. But like you said, Rolly, the body language on both sides says that this one is over. Oh, steal. Maybe I spoke too soon. Marcus Smart the layup as Erik Spoelstra calls the timeout.
18-point lead with
Hey,
3:45 to go.
$20 super chat. Antonio, you got it, my man. You got it. Anything for you, my guy. Cheers to you.
I'll take a sip of beer. I'll take a longer sip of beer and a shot of tequila for Antonio.
So will I. We appreciate everyone watching, man. It's been a lot to see so many people in the chat for every single game. A lot of new viewers as well. We appreciate you. 6,300 watching on Celtics right now. We've gained almost 600 subscribers on Celtics. Well, let me look at the updated numbers. We've gained 800 total subscribers on Celtics during this stream. 800 subscribers in one stream. That's fantastic.
That's crazy, man.
David White, we appreciate it, man. David, we're actually going to be live. The plan is, at least right now, to be live weekly on our Celtics stream going forward. So, David, promise me you're going to be tuned in on Wednesday. We'll have more information about that later on. But promise me, David, you'll be tuned in on Wednesday for our first Celtics Live. We'll talk about some maybe off-season trade targets, talk about what the Celtics might do with Jaylen Brown. We're going to have a mailbag, so you're going to want to tune in for that. And everyone watching right now, not only should you subscribe, you should turn on your notifications by hitting that noti bell. And I'm talking about channels here. So you know when we go live and you know when we put out videos.
David White, it has been fun. See how this game, Peyton Pritchard enters the game for Boston. Interesting. No Derrick White here late. Bam has it top of the key. He'll pass it inside the Butler for an easy slam, lead back up to 20, and that's why Erik Spoelstra is the best coach in the league. A perfect set out of a timeout.
At what point? I'm sorry, Nick. At what point do you pull the starters here if you're Miami?
I don't think you can until like it's 1 minute left.
Okay, that's fair.
I really don't think you can. All right, now maybe you can pull him.
20-point game, 3 minutes left. Get the team ready for Denver, man.
Man, this Heat team showing a lot of resilience. Everybody's picking Boston to be the first team ever to come back from 3-0. And guess what? You went into Boston and said, not today, my friend. As Lowry drives in, easy layup, no contest. The Celtics have packed it in. Pat Riley walking down to the team's bench to celebrate going to their second NBA Finals in the last 4 years. Jimmy Butler said last year after losing to Boston in Miami in Game 7, we will be back here next year and we will get the job done. Game 7 in Boston this time. Jimmy Butler and company get the job done. They'll be heading to the finals. Bam travels, but who gives a shit because the Heat are going to the NBA Finals. And if you're a Heat fan, it's time to start celebrating. I don't care if you're in Celtics Today chat or if you're in the Heat Report chat. I want Let's Go Heat comments in the comment section if you are a Heat fan. The Celtics have put their starters on the bench. Miami should do it shortly as well. And the Heat are back in the NBA Finals. The second 8 seed in NBA history to make it to the finals.
Wow.
Let's go Heat.
Got to give a lot of credit to this Miami Heat team. The Celtics was just too big of a hole to climb out of. I mean, not only do you get down 3-0, but you just got what I meant to say is you got down a big hole in the series. You got down in a big hole in this game. Both holes were too big to climb out of. I think if you're a Celtics fan, you should be proud of the effort, not in this game, but in this series. You almost accomplished something that's never been done, and you accomplished something that's only been done 4 times, right? Only 4 times have we seen a team that's down 3-0 come back and force the Game 7. That's what Boston did. But what surprised me about tonight is how well Miami played. That's what surprised me.
I mean, their shooting has been really, really good in the defense they've played. I mean, you look at the score right now. The Heat, they're going to barely eclipse 100, but they're not going to hit 110. That's not that big of a scoring output. In the playoffs, it's a little significant, but if you're not over 110, that's not really that big of an offensive output. But you see the Celtics, they're not even going to reach 90 points in all likelihood. And the suffocating defense from Miami with an massive performance on the road. And I said it earlier, offense sometimes doesn't travel, but something that always will travel, defense and effort. So those travels.
And TNT is officially writing it in. 0-1-0 and 151 when trailing 3-0.
Did I miss a 3 or something? I think I did or something. Bam with a slam off the press. The Heat should pull their starters soon, and they'll start celebrating on TD Garden's home court just like Boston did to them last year.
It is a little bit surprising that Miami still has the starters in. I thought that's why they called timeout with 2 minutes left. And Spoelstra was holding up 2, so I figured that meant I'm going to pull you guys when we're down to 2 minutes, but I guess not.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that just means the 2-3 zone defense. Bam doubled, turns it over. Why, Bam, why are you trying to cause a jump ball? Joe Mazzulla calls a meaningless timeout. And with 1:20 left, the Heat starters you'd have to assume will be pulled. 121 to be exactly. But there's still 6,400 people watching on Celtics Today, 270 people watching on the Heat Report. Let's hit that subscribe button. We're at 923 subscribers on the Heat Report. I know I'm getting I'm getting greedy. We've picked up almost 100 subscribers on today's show. But the Heat are going to the damn NBA Finals. If you are a Heat fan or just an NBA fan, subscribe to the Heat Report. Can we get to 1,000 tonight? It would be an unbelievable accomplishment for this channel. I'll send the subscribe link in both chats. If we get to 1,000.
Taylor, I see you in the Celtics chat. Be sure to subscribe to the Heat channel. We're probably about to post the link in.
Yeah, I'm throwing the link in. Can we get to
Kruger,
1,000?
man.
I'll say this. I owe one already, and I'll do it after the game. I also owe a beer shotgun or a beer boot. Wow, words. If we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm doing a beer shot fun for free. Yeah, for free. If we hit 1,000.
Come on, I want to see it. I want to see it.
I want to see it. We just got 11 subscribers. We're at
Come on, let's go.
936.
Let's go.
Can we get to 1,000 today? The Heat didn't pull their starters, which I don't know why in the world this is a thing. Don't even try. Bam, why would you try?
This is why you got to pull the starters.
945 subscribers. We're absolutely hamming that subscribe button. I love to see it. Almost 50 away from 1,000. Can we get there? Can we get there? Missed 3 by the Celtics. They get the rebound. The putback is up and in.
Why is Boston even full court pressing right now?
I don't know. They're being losers.
Duncan Robinson.
We're at
Lowry.
950. Can we get 50 more subscribers tonight? I know it's a tall ask, but why not? Countdown clock. The Heat will just take a shot clock violation, but they're feeling it. And I still want all those Heat fans chanting, "Let's go Heat." We're celebrating on Boston's home court. We're going to the NBA Finals, second Eastern Conference championship for your Miami Heat in the last 4 years. Let's go Heat. Let's go Heat.
Rolly's earned this. Rolly's earned this. The Heat have earned this. It's going to be an interesting finals. Obviously, an interesting offseason on the way for the Celtics as Grant Williams misses the 3.
The Denver Nuggets and Miami Heat will match up in the NBA Finals. And I'm sorry, the biggest smile of all time right now. Let's go Heat. Whoa, man, I'm fired up.
Shake your hand. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Will Scott.
Congratulations.
The Heat are going to the NBA Finals. Woo! Fire me up.
Congratulations. What a series. It's a series that we've never seen before, anything like it. Celtics lose 3 straight, win 3 straight. Game 7 back in Boston. Everybody thinks the Celtics are going to win. You have Jayson Tatum walk in it with an anything is possible Kevin Garnett jacket. You know, I feel like there was this narrative that proved to be true. Do you know what I'm about to say?
What'd you say?
The Celtics were overconfident coming into this game.
I mean, one of our coworkers, Patrick Seatman, floated that idea out there. I mentioned it in our pregame show that they might be a little overconfident. But man, oh man, I don't care how it feels or how it was done. It feels so damn good.
What was shocking is it was a blowout. I thought it was going to be a close game if the Heat won. I did not see this coming. A blowout here at TD Garden. They just got punched in the mouth. I mean, that's really just what happened here tonight. The Celtics just got outplayed. They got outcoached. Give credit where credit's due. And I know some Celtics fans are going to say, well, Jayson Tatum was not 100%. You're right. But you can't make the injury excuse when the Heat were without their second leading scorer in Tyler Hero the entire series. They're without Victor Oladipo. Gabe Vincent missed Game 5. He was not 100% for Game 6 and 7. So the injuries go both ways. The Heat earned this. If you're the Celtics, you lost this series because you lost the first 3 games. It was too big of a hole to climb out of. It's a hole that's never been climbed out of before, and it remains that way. 0 and 151 are teams that trail 3-0 in an NBA playoff series.
We will be doing a mini post-game show, not like a cut or anything unless you want to now.
No.
We'll just be going over the stats from tonight's game, so please stick around for that. We'll break down this game even more. But, man, David White, shout out to you, man. I know we were battling the past week and a half, but shout out to you. You've been here for every game. I love it. C-note, we did it. David White, I know you're rooting for the East against the West. You're hoping the Heat beat the Nuggets. David White, it would be an honor to have you in the Heat Report chat for the finals. I'm just going to say that. If you don't want to, that's fine, but I'll always ride with you, David White, so shout out to you. Oh, let me make sure these rebounding numbers are right, and then we'll get into our post-game show. I actually got to fire off a tweet.
Unbelievable. Shocking. David White, appreciate you, man. We'll have a video up on Celtics tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. We're going to talk about this game. We'll talk about the offseason, but also stay tuned. We'll be live on our Celtics channel on Wednesday talking about the offseason, talking about some news and rumors surrounding the team. You don't want to miss that. Our first ever weekday live show on Celtics. It's not game-related, not a watch party. So be sure to tune in for that. Subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you do not miss that.
All right, we'll get these stats loaded up in a second.
RBL, you're nuts. Joe Mazzulla is not getting fired, nor should he.
Crim's dad, I'll do a beer boo after the halftime or the stats.
Yeah, we got final stats coming up. We'll continue to recap the game. So this is what makes it sweet if you're the Heat. You're getting to hold up the trophy on the Celtics court here after losing Game 7 in that same building last year.
No, they lost
excuse me, in Miami.
Yeah.
Sorry, Miami.
That's what was so big.
I meant to say same team.
You want to talk about this?
Yeah, sure. Taking a look at the final stats from Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Final score, Heat 103, Celtics 84. Heat did a better job distributing the basketball tonight. I thought that was something they didn't do super great in the 3 games they lost in this series, 26-18. Rebounds, Heat got 42, Celtics 40. The Heat shot 48.8% from the floor. Meanwhile, the Celtics shot 39%. So the shooting disparity was big. You look at the three-point shooting. I thought personally that's what decided this game. 14 of 28 were the Heat from three-point range, 50%. The Celtics just made 9 three-pointers tonight, 21.4%. That was the difference in this game. That is why you lost this basketball game tonight. Because you could not hit the three ball, and there's a lot of reasons why you lost that game, but in my opinion, the three-point disparity was the main reason the Celtics lost this game. We see Bam with the trophy right now being interviewed by Ernie Johnston. Jimmy Butler's got that look on his face, Nick, saying, job not finished. But this was and Nick and I actually disagreed with this, which is okay because I still love Nick. But we disagreed on this was a legacy-defining game for Jimmy Butler. If Jimmy Butler loses this game, blows a 3-0 deficit after all the talk, it certainly would have hurt his legacy, in my opinion. But he dropped 28 tonight, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. He was phenomenal. So Jimmy Butler, give credit where credit's due. He acted as closer tonight and got it done. I'm very curious to see who wins Eastern Conference Finals MVP. For me, it'd be Caleb Martin.
It will be Jimmy Butler. I agree with you. I think it should be Caleb Martin, and we'll show his stats right now as the Heat are currently still celebrating. Erik Spoelstra's talking as we currently speak to Ernie Johnson. But there is not enough superlatives, Will, to describe how good Caleb Martin was in this game. He has been incredible. I don't know what the exact numbers will be when it's all said and done, but I believe he will average over 20 points per game in this series alone. And for Caleb Martin to do that out of nowhere has been it's just unbelievable, man. It really, really is. 26 points
Caleb
today.
Martin, I mean, he's got to start. He's got to start in the finals, right? Absolutely has to start.
It is interesting to see how they will do against the Nuggets, a much different team, as Jimmy Butler is awarded with the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I agree with Will where I think it should have been Caleb Martin, but Jimmy Butler, the lead player for the Heat, he does it all offensively and defensively. I can't shame them going and giving it to Jimmy as well, because honestly, Jimmy on the road in games 1 and 2, I know he was quiet in games 4, 5, and 6, but Jimmy on the road in games 1 and 2 was so massive for the Heat stealing those 2 games.
The bottom line is, in this series, when Jimmy was good, the Heat won.
Yeah.
When Jimmy was not good, they lost. So if you're talking about best player in the series, it's probably Caleb Martin. But if you're talking about most valuable, whose performance means the most? Because Caleb Martin had some good games and they still lost. Yeah. Jimmy Butler, when he was on, the Heat won. So most valuable, if you're looking at the definition of valuable, yeah, you can certainly argue that Jimmy Butler was the most valuable player in the series.
And we know Pat Riley's smiling ear to ear, massive grin on his face. You always know that Pat Riley likes to stick it to Boston. So, man, I am honestly having a hard time collecting my thoughts right now. We'll have a video out on the Heat Report breaking down this game more in depth and previewing the series against Denver tomorrow morning.
By the way, we're less than 100 subscribers away from 18,000 on Celtics. Can we get there? Subscribe to the channel. We got 3,500 people watching right now. We just need 100 more subs. Just need 100 more subs. That'd be amazing to get there by the end of this game.
As John Borelli does super chat. $2 Heat Rolly boot time. Listen, I got it loaded up. Will, it's your call.
Here we go.
Would you want me to do it now, or should I do it?
Let's do it now. Let's do it now because John Borelli just sent in that super chat.
All right, you're gonna have to go play-by-play here.
I can go play-by-play.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna do that wrong. Here we go. Give me a second. All right, you're going play-by-play.
All right, here we go. Nic Rohloff. It is boot time to celebrate the Miami Heat advancing to the NBA Finals for the second time in the last 4 years. Everybody type Rolly in the chat. Rolly, 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 Rolly. He did a beer shotgun earlier. Now he's doing a beer boot to celebrate. Good thing I'm driving Nick home tonight. Come on, Nick. Everybody type Rolly, Rolly. Rolly's taking this nice and slow. Okay, he's got to stop. Okay, we didn't see that. Here he goes. Can he close like the Heat closed this series out tonight? He's more than halfway there. Now he's on a roll. Rolly's feeling himself, just like Caleb Martin in this game. Nic Rohloff almost to the finish line. And Nic Rohloff, with minimal spillage, has done it. The beer boot has been completed. Shout out to everyone watching and super chatting. We got the Rolly boot. That was epic. That was epic.
Let's freaking go!
That was epic.
Listen, Borelli, I'm no Mitchell Renz or Jeremy Chuggs. I take my time with it, but we get it done nonetheless. NBA Finals bound. Oh, my God, I'm so happy.
Congrats to Nick, man. Congrats to all the Heat fans watching. It's going to be an interesting finals. What's your finals prediction? Your early finals prediction?
I can't even think right now. We're going to think about that more in the morning. But I will say this. The Nuggets are a very, very good basketball team.
Oh, they're outstanding.
Beating the Timberwolves in 5, Suns in 6, Lakers in 4. They are the number 1 team in the West for a reason. They're the 3rd best record in the NBA coming into these playoffs, and they're that for a reason.
By the way, just got the voting results. Jimmy Butler edges Caleb Martin 5-4. It was that close.
On what? Oh, then is there only 9 people who voted?
Yeah.
Wow.
Doris Burke voted for Jimmy. Reggie Miller voted for Jimmy. Tim Reynolds of the Associated Press voted for Caleb. Ben Rohrbach.
Tim Reynolds. That's a Heat reporter.
Yeah. Of Yahoo voted for Jimmy. John Schumann of NBA.com, Caleb. Joe Varden, The Athletic, Caleb. Gary Washburn of the Boston Globe, Caleb. Ira Winderman of the Sun Sentinel. Jimmy Butler. Tim Bontemps from ESPN.
St. Bonaventure alum.
Jimmy Butler.
Tim Bontemps.
Yeah.
We're going to call him the deciding vote. Oh, my. I'm sorry for all the Celtics fans still tuned in about the loss. No, I'm not. My mama always told me not to lie, and I won't lie to you guys. Oh, man. You want to go through some of these Boston stats a little bit? For the 2,500
we'll do that a little bit before we head out. We still got 2,500 people watching. Closing in on 18K.
I think definitely the story of the game was the injury to this man and the struggle of
Jayson Tatum, only 14 points, 11 rebounds tonight. I said before the game, in order for Boston to win, Tatum had to cook, and he just didn't tonight. And look, I'm not going to criticize Jayson Tatum because Jayson Tatum is a big reason Boston got back in the series, had an opportunity here in Game 7. He dropped 25 first-half points in Game 6, but the ankle certainly impacted him in this game. Now, again, it's not an excuse as to why he lost this game. He lost this game by 19 points. Jayson Tatum's ankle should not be a reason he lost the game by 19 points. The Heat had injuries as well. They're without Tyler Hero, that old depot. Gabe Vincent was not 100%. But it was pretty clear that, and Chickpeas Blues is asking what happened. Really what happened was the ankle. And look, I'm not making excuses for the Celtics. Like I just said, the injuries were on both sides. But Jayson Tatum's ankle was clearly impacting him in this game. You saw him grimacing. He was not himself tonight.
Yeah, and I mentioned that at halftime, really, is that it'd be interesting to see what Tatum does in the second half of this game, coming off a little bit more treatment of his injury, because there is 2 ways Tatum could play. He could be scared of re-aggravating his ankle injury and live at the perimeter and not drive inside, which kind of is what he did. He was very passive and only took jump shots, didn't really try to attack the paint too often. And because I think most of that was because of his psyche, whether it be he didn't feel like he could drive by Heat defenders or he was nervous about going up for a layup, landing on someone's ankle again, and then really making things worse. So either way, Tatum just was not himself in this game. I do attribute that to the injury on the first possession of the game. And I will admit, like, it sucks that obviously I wanted the Heat to win, but it sucks that it came at the hands, or at least an injury mid-game to the Celtics' best player played a factor into that.
Right.
Never want to win because of an injury. You just want to beat them straight up.
And I don't think you can say that in this case. There was too much of a blowout to say that the Celtics lost this game because of Tatum's injury.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown, there's a lot to unpack here, Will.
Good first half, and not a good second half.
I'll start with this. Like, 1 for 9 from 3. Jaylen Brown could not hit water falling out of a boat this entire series if it was just considered a three-point shot. He really struggled from beyond the arc, but the most egregious number on here, and this is not good splits no matter what, 34.8% from the field, 1 for 9 from 3. The biggest stat that you can't see right now, he had 8 turnovers in this game. You cannot be a primary ball handler and turn the ball over 8 times in a game 7.
Right.
You just can't do it. And I think that is more than the missed shots did them in more than anything. Because the Heat, when the Celtics won 3 straight games, what was the issue for the Heat? Turnovers. Celtics turned the ball over a lot in this game, and the Heat were able to take advantage of it.
So you mentioned that. Let's look at the game log here for Jaylen Brown in this series shooting the 3 ball. Are you ready for this? Game 1, 1 of 6. Game 2, 1 of 7. Game 3, 0 of 7. Game 4, 1 of 5. Game 5, 3 of 5. Game 6, 0 for 4. Game 7, 1 for 9. Horrendous.
Yeah,
horrendous.
Can't happen.
This can't happen. You're Jaylen freaking Brown. You're about to get a $50+ million per year contract. This can't happen.
Yeah, and it will be interesting to see. You mentioned his contract. He has 1 year left on his deal. He can sign a massive $50 million a year extension. Will he do so? We'll have to see. Maybe he requests a trade. There's been rumors of that. But I tell you what, if Jaylen Brown does not sign that extension this offseason, it will be all signs pointing to him leaving the following year in free agency. And I just think you got to call it how you see it. And if he doesn't sign that extension this offseason,
and what
he's
happens
gone.
if the Celtics go to him, and you can make an argument he doesn't deserve that contract extension, the amount after this performance in the series, you can certainly make that argument. So what if the Celtics go to him and say, hey, here's a contract, and he doesn't sign it? Then what do you do?
So this is actually, I think this is a good point and a good thought experiment on Jaylen Brown. If you go to him with that 5-year, $300 million extension, or 4 years, $300, whatever it is. I think it's 5 for – no.
It's 5 for – let me look it up. All
right, you'll get the exact numbers. But let's just say take numbers out of it. You give him the biggest extension you can possible worth $50 million. And he says no, and he's going to want to test free agency, then I think Boston trades him.
5 years, $295 million.
So 5 for $295. If Jaylen Brown says no to that, then Boston's going to be like, well, if you're saying no to this, you clearly do not want to play for us because it's not like you can get a bigger deal next year.
Yeah.
There is no bigger deal than the one currently on the table for Jaylen Brown. So if Jaylen Brown says no to that deal this offseason, the Celtics will trade him because what is the point of holding on to him for 1 year when you know he's leaving no matter what? So I think if he says no, he will get traded this offseason. Be interested to see what the Celtics, what Jaylen Brown does. If he signs pen to paper, obviously everything changes. But, man, if he doesn't, can of worms opening for Boston this offseason.
Derrick White, the Celtics would not have been in this position without him. He just had a bad shooting night tonight, though, from 3, 2 of 9. But the entire Celtics team did.
Yeah.
But you rely on a guy like D-Dub, though, to shoot the 3.
I'll say this. Derrick White had a massive third quarter. The Heat really closed this game early fourth quarter. They won the fourth quarter by 7 or 8, I believe. But the Celtics were right there. They cut the lead to 7, was the lowest it got in the second half. And it was because Derrick White went on a personal 8-0 run. The Heat opened up a 16-point lead in the second half. And then Derrick White went an 8-0 run himself with a 3 layup and 1. And next thing you know, it's an 8-point game. And it's like TD Garden's getting into it. The Heat fans across the world are getting nervous. But Derrick White just couldn't get it done at the end of the day. And John Borelli's in the chat saying lived and died from the 3. And it's absolutely the case. Celtics could not buy a 3 tonight. And it is really the reason they lost.
Yeah.
C-Note typing, oh my God, still can't believe it. LOL, we won. Yeah, C-Note, I'm on cloud 9 right now. I don't know about you guys. I'm a diehard Heat fan. C-Note, I know you are too. I know most of you guys still tuned in on the Heat Report are as well. I don't even know where to think right now, man. I feel like I did in Game 6, but the opposite way. Like after Game 6, I was so broken after that buzzer beater that I was like, I don't know how I can recover from this.
I didn't know how the Celtics were going to recover.
And then the other way is like I don't even know what to say right now after that win. But Marcus Smart struggled as well. And he was so key for the Celtics to come back in the series. But man, oh man, Marcus Smart really struggled.
Yeah, Marcus Smart had a really bad game. 9 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. I'll kind of say the same thing like I said about Jimmy Butler earlier. When Marcus Smart was good in the series, the Celtics won. When he was bad, they did not. And he was really bad tonight. Really bad tonight. I don't know. I'm not going to guarantee that Marcus Smart's back on this team next year.
Is he a free agent?
No, but I think he could be potentially moved.
Really?
Yep.
Something that is interesting. Ben, yeah, we should be live this upcoming season. Don't you worry about that, Ben. But, man, someone that you really got to take a hard look at in the mirror is Malcolm Brogdon. I know he was dealing with that forearm injury. I know it. But he no-showed
badly.
Like every time he played. I think the best game he had was game 2. He had 13 points, but this was your 6th man of the year who averaged 16 points.
This was your lights out 3-point shooter.
He
led the team in 3-point shooting.
He did not play in game 6. Celtics won. He played in game 3 and scored 0 points. Heat won by 20 plus. And he played in game 7, 0 points. Heat won by 20 plus. It really felt like Malcolm Brogdon was the X factor for Boston in the series, and he was so bad that it really gave the Heat the chance for their X factor of Caleb Martin to shine and be unbelievable in this series.
Right. Yeah, I was really disappointed in Malcolm Brogdon this series. Obviously, he's got the forearm issue, but there's just no excuse for how bad he played. Al Horford tonight, 8 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Hopefully see him back next year. He deserves a ring, and I thought this might be the year for him. Thought last year might be the year. He's still waiting.
Yeah, he's getting older and older. What was once a star for the Atlanta Hawks, now really good veteran big man for the Celtics. We'll have to see where he's at. And he played a pivotal role in the series, man, because really Robert Williams, who, when Robert Williams plays, he is so damn good. But the problem with Robert Williams is that he is so injury prone where you could only play him 18, 20 minutes a game, because if you play him more than that, he'll just get hurt. And you saw it in this game. He got hurt, left, and he didn't really play a lot in that second half because I feel like he was injured. And I think Robert Williams just gets hurt too much. But if he was ever able to stay healthy, he is a really good center to pair with the
He's so good.
TGs.
Just in the alley-oops, man. I mean, throwing him down with one hand, the athleticism, the defense is crazy with Rob. And the Celtics would not have been in the series without him. The job he did against Bam defensively. Shout out to Robert Williams, man. Was an unsung hero for the Celtics in this series. Unfortunately, his season ended tonight as well.
Yeah. That's everyone on the Celtics. There's still 2,000 of you guys tuned in on Celtics Today.
We appreciate everyone
We just crossed 200,000 total views for the night on the stream.
That's unbelievable.
What a day, man.
We're 60 subscribers away from 18K. Probably get there by our next video, honestly. I think we can do
17,940?
17,941 now. Unbelievable. Shout out to all of y'all watching. Nick, congratulations. Stay tuned for both channels. We're going to have videos on both channels up tomorrow. Nick will be previewing the Nuggets series. I'll be previewing the offseason, so stay tuned for that. Nick, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a fun
work
time.
with you, my friend. I think we're about to end the stream. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning in. All 7 games of the series. Massive audience tonight. Huge night for the Heat stream as well. Getting to near 1,000 subscribers, so we appreciate
38 away, man. It'd be really cool if we could get there.
We're gonna get there
By at least tomorrow.
We're gonna get there.
I my goal is to be at 1,000 subscribers by the end of tomorrow.
I'll tell my Dolphins peeps to subscribe tomorrow.
Yeah, big time push tomorrow, man.
We're gonna sign off. All right, I'm gonna make my early prediction here for the finals, and then you can make yours. I know you say you're not gonna think about it, but I'm gonna say Heat in 7.
I love your optimism, Will.
I'm going to say Heat in 7.
I think the Nuggets, if I had to give way too early, I'm going to sleep on it and come back tomorrow, and I'll likely have a different answer tomorrow. I likely will. My first thought right now is Nuggets in 7.
Okay. It's going to be a close series. It's going to be
tight. The Nuggets are just such a good basketball team, man. I don't know how the Heat...
But Bam defensively,
I know,
he can defend Jokic.
But I don't know how the Heat will be able to defend the Jokic-Murray pick and roll, because that pick and roll is just the best play in basketball. It really is. Like, if you look at the statistics and advanced metrics, the Nuggets score more on a Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic pick and roll than any other play. LeBron post up, name it. Murray, Jokic, pick and roll.
You know, crazy stat just came across my Twitter feed.
What's that?
Kevin Love has reached the finals every time he's been in the playoffs.
That is actually insane. Kevin Love. You know what turned around this game is Kevin Love not playing. Because, boy, oh boy, does he stink.
All right, we're about to end the stream. Thanks to everyone for watching. Congratulations to Nic Rohloff, all you Heat fans. Again, stay tuned for videos tomorrow on both